that Kentucky State game in the last drive, and then back to back. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
So let's hope we have a good game today.
When's the last?
One more next week. And then we go right into Wednesday.
Wow.
Yep. So basketball.
Yeah, the lane's coming up here next week.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yeah, we'll be back here.
Ladies and gentlemen, now entering McPherson Stadium, please welcome
Yeah.
the Invincible Marching Marauders.
Yeah, I don't do basketball.
You know anything about
It
basketball?
starts raining. Then you come up here.
I was going to Nelson to get
All the settings are good. Just keep doing what you've been doing.
for the class, but it's
Yeah, they've been good.
rain, but the class game is December
Yeah. You gotta skill for it.
Here?
It's at Preston High School.
Oh, this is a high school classic. Yeah, because we usually do a classic that kicks off, I think this year it's November the 30th, and that'll be at Hillsborough High School. It's high school, and there's, I don't know, 20 teams, something like that. And Moeller, defending state champion, will be at this one.
December 7th. It's only 3 games. There's a game, the first game, I forget who that first game is, but the last 4 teams.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to McPherson Memorial Stadium. Central State University thanks you for attending today's athletic event. We strive to create a safe and positive environment for all in attendance. Please be aware that individuals throwing objects or participating in other acts in conflict with sportsmanship and sense of fair play will be subject to ejection from Central State athletic events.
Yeah, Moeller is playing, I think they're playing an academy in that first game. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it's kind of a tip-off type deal.
I'm going to start recording, which means everything will be live.
Yeah.
No, there's no camera here. No camera here. Camera's down there. I'll start the stream at about 5 till. And then we go live in 14 minutes.
Yeah, we won't go live till like 58 or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Right before the kick.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is we've got this wired in, so we won't have any problem with watching the stream. I've got the volume off, so we don't have to worry about that.
Good. Now, did you talk to him about next week?
Next week's here.
Yeah.
I see a band.
I do.
Yeah.
Band showed up today.
I knew they would.
But I see a band on the track. I don't see a band on the field. But they got their rain gear on now. Yeah, I hate this. I have no idea what the fans look like, or full, or what they're like it up. I just would assume there's not a lot of people out there parade.
Yeah, don't go nowhere for 12 minutes.
I understand.
All right.
I'm here.
12 minutes, don't go nowhere now. I got a rope on you. Got a rope around your arm, don't go nowhere.
They do have live stats here.
Good. Yeah, that's a nice thing with these college games. They got them the courts pretty close. Who the Blue Knights got today? Glenville State. The house is shoulder. Oh, he is?
It's in West Virginia.
Yeah.
West Virginia. Glenville State.
What was that guy's name? That was supposed to be up here?
Just say.
Okay.
That's a shame.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you know how to put it in.
One of them, he didn't practice, was going to go.
Yeah. Who's playing quarterback again now? The true freshman. Yeah. Well, say, I know then they got that one kid that they kind of use as a wildcat type guy. He's fast. But I don't think I ever saw him throw the ball the time. Secret Hatfield there. You like it? Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, today's matchup features the Golden Tigers of
There's about a
Tuskegee
minute difference.
versus your Central State Marauders.
Look at that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be neat.
Do you know where the film? A few places you can go. You're not gonna like it, but a few places you can go. One, you can film. Two, climb ladders on top. The best place to go is right underneath the box. There's a spin. Just kick people out of the way. If there's any problem, I'll come down there and kick them out. And then one at the top. First one's at the top. And then are any people in that zone? Yeah, you're on the left. He should have power to. There is not.
Possession there is no one to go to.
Yeah, so the other option, if you can plug in, would probably be
Something else on it. Yeah, they do. Yeah. You can do it. You can do it like this. Oh, you do it like this? They say direction.
About a minute difference between the close sports.
How they're
Maybe
outside.
that slight deviation of Central Time, Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, 61 minutes.
It's that shift in the Earth's magnetic polar, whatever,
60 minutes and 54 seconds.
bipolar thing.
Yeah, yeah, flood, yeah.
I need to run that square up three.
All right, yeah, man. So you are right
Everybody
here.
here for years.
All right, you are my eyes and ears. Now I will get about 90% of everything. But what ends up happening is, you know, everything's in code here, and so I may have to look down, but especially since they got some weird numbers. Some one team has weird numbers. But you just call it how you see it. All adjust. I'm not. Maybe we want to call it. Call it how it's called. So, for example, kickoff. So you want to get kickoff, whatever that number is, the kicker kicks to, say the yard line first. Where they kick to.
All right, so you want me on one, you want two?
You go on two, and he goes on one.
That makes it easier.
Yeah.
Usually what's happening is I'm plugging that in.
All right, you guys go ahead, put your mics on, make sure you can hear. I'm going to start recording in 2 minutes.
Okay. Test.
Get all your stuff.
Yes, sir.
All right.
You done testing? All right.
Shut it.
Just had to get it out.
For today's SIAC matchup between the Tigers of Tuskegee Golden and your Central State Marauders. We would ask that you direct your attention to
Which
the
number?
center of the field for today's coin toss.
Where did he catch it? Oh, and then what number? So what yard line did that kicker kick it to? And where we going? So you'll get it.
I don't see anybody out there.
Penalties and turnovers, block kicks, those are always the most annoying. So you want to make sure you call
Hey, Rick, you might want to add this to our list.
What's that?
We need to be somewhere where we're not going to pick up as much interference. on our SIAC list and enclosed.
Oh, you mean the list that we're making?
Yeah. I'm just worried we're going to pick up all kinds of background in here. Mm-hmm.
And at halftime, I've told him to take the plug out and pick up the
Yeah.
It was sounding great about an hour and a half ago.
Technical difficulties.
So when the game starts, it just says go outside.
Check 42.
All right. Now it's time to go.
Wrong song. Yeah, let's do it.
All right, now let's start recording.
Give it up for your Central State Marauders and the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee.
Rick, we're not live, right? We're recording, but we're not live. Okay.
Everything on here is right?
Yep. Settings are good. Yep. So we got no referee mic there. What are they doing?
Interesting.
Frank, hey, and just the other day in football and
We simulated that because we knew they were going to do it all week. See how guys would react.
Hey, they played it smart. I'll give them that. They played it smart.
Just thinking, if you want to talk in the second half, Central State, we receive.
Is that the countdown to live or when are we?
And now, ladies and gentlemen, if we could have everyone's attention, we would ask that you please rise, remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem by the Invincible Marching Marauders.
great match. Well, I tell you, Willie Slater's Golden Tigers have got to the second half of this season with a lot of progress. Hey, Christopher, national anthem, and we will still continue. We can't break. We are on the air live. The national anthem is being played here on the Pearson Stadium. The fans are all gathered. We see a few Golden Tigers fans who assembled on across the way there. And Tuskegee will getting ready to take this ball game off against the Marauders of Central State. Just like Coach State has a great tradition. You know, everybody but a great chance to win. So well, cold weather doesn't stop the ball from the both teams will equally adjust to it. Probably the first time to take over the time. As I said earlier, Golden Tigers in 5-3. Very successful event last week with Tuskegee State University. It was homecoming. Central State today. Miles next weekend. The outcome of this ball game will be very essential in the record for the Golden Tigers here at
First down and 10. I think it'll come. I don't know how to take it off.
The invincible marching Marauders.
All right, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us on FloSports.com. We're here, of course, bringing you SIC action today, and I am Chuck Hale, joined by my co-host today, Antonio A.D. Davis, alumni of the Central State Marauders, of course, and A.D., we're looking forward to a big SIAC South Division matchup here today, or a Western Division matchup, excuse me.
Yes, sir. I'm glad to be here, Chuck. How you doing today? And we're definitely looking forward to a great football game. Glad the rain is held off. Field looks like it's in good condition. Let's see how it holds up.
Yeah, that's right. We saw a few players slipping during warm-ups, but again, to be expected here on a cool, wet morning here and early afternoon here in Wilberforce, Ohio. We're about 30 miles east of Dayton, Ohio, in rural Greene County, and Tuskegee, the Golden Tigers, set to kick here, and the kicker approaches and kicks, and it's going to be fielded at about the 10-yard line, taken up the field to the middle of the field. Looks like that is, I believe that is Saffold there on the return. Gets it up to about the 30-yard line, and that's where the Marauders will take over 1st and 10. And Blake McEwen on the return there, for the Marauders. So, again, Cedric Pearl's Marauders will take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line here. And like we mentioned, a nice, cool, somewhat wet day here today. And we'll see how both teams react to the playing conditions as the game continues. So the Marauders come out in a pistol formation, 3 wide receiver set. There's the snap. Mays drops back. He looks. Throws complete to the left flat. Complete to, looks to be number 23. And that is, of course, Terrell Saffold, one of the major playmakers for this Marauders offense. So Saffold lines up in the backfield next to Mays. 3 receiver set. And we've got a quick whistle here before the snap, or right at the snap. Looks like it's going to be a false start against the Marauders. So after that gain of 4 on 1st down, they're going to be backed up here and be behind the chains now for 2nd and 11, it appears.
2nd and 6 is you see, 5 yards makes a big difference. You're going to be 2nd and 11.
Yeah, it sure does. You want to be looking at both those sticks in front of you. All right, so there's the snap, the fake to Saffold. Mays looks, throws. He's got a receiver complete, and he's running down the field. That is number 3, Kevin Greenhow. Greenhow, a big reception, run out of bounds finally at about the 2-yard line, and Greenhow, after a 3-touchdown performance last week, picks up right where he left off with a big play for the Marauders offense. Going to be 1st and goal now, again, from the 3-yard line of the Golden Tigers.
He got that slant, and it was like he was playing the video games, and he hit the R1 button or whatever the boost, the turbo button is, and got all the way upfield. I thought he was going to score, but good. That was good effort by number 28 for the Golden Tigers.
Yes, it was. So I formation, Mays quarterback sneak, and looks like he's going to be short of the goal line. He tried to kind of submarine it low and just This was forced down to the ground before he could cross the goal line. So,
well, Chuck, he was very fortunate. I think it was a mishandled snap right there, and he was just lucky to get right back up on it.
I think you're right. Maybe that's why he was so low. He was trying to pick the ball up.
Yes,
so
sir.
they come back in another I formation here, and Saffold the tailback. There's a snap to give his to Saffold, and he walks into the end zone right in the middle of the line, almost untouched. So the Marauders get out to an early lead here with 13:50 to go. It's 6-0 Marauders.
It's always nice as a quarterback to be able just to turn around and hand it off to your running back and know you're going to get that 1 or 2 yards. The big guys up front, nice push up front, touchdown.
Yes, it was. So Trevor Teal into attempt a PAT. Javian Williams has a good snap. The hold is down. The kick is up. And it is good. So, again, with 13:50 to go here in the first quarter, the Central State Marauders jump out to an early 7-0 lead over the Tuskegee Golden Tigers.
Now, we saw some early some type of mental tactics by the Golden Tigers. They tried to run up the sideline, and this is a good way to answer for the Marauders, putting points on the board. First drive like that, set the tone right there, and that's a nice, good, clean way to get back at those mental tactics right there.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Again, we talked about the Golden Tigers they kind of ran down the Central State sideline as they came onto the field, and their credit, Central State just kind of took it in stride and then came back and answered on the field the way you're supposed to, just like you said, and they jump out to an early 7-0 lead here. And again, after Tuskegee recorded a shutout last week, of course, I'm sure that stings a little bit to give up an opening drive touchdown there. So Trevor Teal set to kick off here with the Marauders. Back deep is number 10, Ladero Petway. And it looks like also number 11, and that is Marquez Burdett for the Golden Tigers. So looks like it's going to be Petway. And Burdett leads him up through, and he's up to the 40-yard line, makes a move. Ooh, hit from behind hard, and the ball comes out. Let's see what happens. Boy, number 16, Coulter Powell, the third, with a big hit there, and they're going to unstack him, and let's see who's on the bottom of the football. I haven't seen an indication yet. And
Golden Tigers ball, Golden Tigers ball.
Okay, so there you go. So after kind of a scare there for the Golden Tigers, they do hold on to the football, and it's going to be 1st and 10 Golden Tigers from about their own 40-yard line.
Powell came in with a ball-jarring hit. He didn't know he was right there. Teammate was lucky to be right there to pick that back up for the Golden Tigers, so they start on their first drive.
Yeah, that's right. Powell was kind of in a trailing role there and hitting from behind, and you're right, Petway never saw him coming. All right, so the Golden Tigers come out in a shotgun formation with 2 running backs in the backfield. Of course, the quarterback, Ahmad Duramus, had a big game last week in their homecoming win. Oh, and nice job there by Central State there. I'll tell you, number 7, the running back, got hit early, and was Kalen Abrams into the backfield with a nice tackle there. Again, the running back, number 7 for Tuskegee. We are, again, 2nd and 12 now for the Golden Tigers. They come out, again, 2 backs in the backfield. Receivers each side of the formation. There's the snap. Throws down the left sideline. It's going to be complete. Nice job there to number 2. That is Javaris Cheatham. And Cheatham, one of the big receivers for the Golden Tigers, makes a big play to flip the field and get the Golden Tigers down into Marauder territory.
That was excellent concentration. That was excellent concentration by Cheatham to twerk his body, keep his feet in bounds. Good extension. All hands. First down for the Golden Tigers.
That's right. And again, Duramus with a nice throw down the left sideline. So again, 1st and 10 from the Marauder 30-yard line. Now a motion from the top to the bottom of the formation. Duramus tosses to the right side, and he stumbles, and he's hit early. Again, that was Kenny Gann on the run, but Gann hit in the backfield early by a bunch of Marauders and knocked back for a big loss. Going to make it now 2nd and about, we'll call it 2nd and about 15 now for the Golden Tigers.
That was great defensive pressure. They read the pitch. and it's like they are really listening to the coach's game plan, and they feel like they think they're running on first down, and they're sending their blitzes, and you see on both first downs they have tackles for losses.
That's right. He had no chance to get to the corner there. So 3 receiver set now, and there's a snap. Dramus looks. He steps up in the pocket. Now it looks like he's going to run, and he does. He's around the right edge. Central State chasing, and Dramus is going to go down and slide before number 99 for the Marauders can catch up to him. And number 99 for Central State, that is, of course, that is big number 99, Christian Lassiter. And Lassiter, again, is closing in fast. So they're going to make it 3rd and 7 now for the Golden Tigers from about the 28-yard line of the Marauders.
It looks like Doremus, he got that one of those ankles heavily taped. Looks like he's kind of hampered on there. He couldn't get away from him.
He got all he could. You're right. Option now to the left side. The pitch is to number 7, Gant. And again, Gant gets the edge, but we got a flag. May have been a late hit out of bounds there on the Marauders. We'll have to check and see. And Gant gets the ball up to the 25. Had a nice little 4-yard gain on 3rd down. Short of the chains, but again, we'll check the penalty here. This could be a big penalty here, AD. Could keep this Golden Tigers drive alive, give them a scoring chance here.
It has to be a big penalty. One of the refs, it looked like he threw that so hard he might have to have Tommy John surgery, but this will definitely keep their drive alive. They're going to move further down into the red zone and keep their drive alive. Personal foul.
All right, so, again, personal foul there on the sideline. And dead ball, personal foul, late hit out of bounds. So, half the distance in this situation is going to bring the marker all the way down to about the 14, 13-yard line. And, again, the Golden Tigers now knocking on the door. Central State's going to need to answer here if they want to maintain this 7-point lead. So now they come out in an I formation. They give this to the fullback. And he bounces off the right tackle. And he's going to be into the end zone. That's number 33 for Tuskegee. And that is the fullback, Justice Owens, with a big run there over the right side for a nice 13-yard touchdown.
The big guy sealed it off. He made a nice one little cut, and he was north-south right there to get into the end zone, assisted by the late hit penalty, 6 for the Golden Tigers.
That's right. So Huskick on now to attempt a PAT for the Golden Tigers. Huskick Arns now. There's the snap. Arns' kick is up. And it is good. So with 10:19 to go here in the first quarter, we are now tied at 7 apiece. All right, so AD, we've seen some offensive fireworks so far here today.
Couple of nice passes. One drive assisted by a penalty. That just got them down up in the red zone. But quick fireworks here in the first quarter. We haven't even played 5 minutes, and we've been up and down the field so far.
That's right. This track's getting a lot of use so far. So Big Dalton Hall, the kickoff specialist now, will be set to kick off for the Golden Tigers. Deep for the Marauders is going to be, of course, Terrera Saffold. And let's check the number of the other young man. Will be number 15, Shamar Moss. Hall's kick.
Oh, that's 30.
Okay, actually, that's number 30, or number 35, Blake McEwen. He's down the right sideline. Going to bring it all the way up to about the 42-yard line, so maybe 41. So nice return for the Marauders. Gets them in good field position here as they're going to start this drive almost to midfield.
They tried a directional kick to try to pin them down toward the sideline, but as you said, nice return up the right side to get to the 40-yard line.
That's exactly right. We saw this Central State team a couple weeks ago. We know how dangerous Terrera Saffold is, and apparently Tuskegee does as well.
Yes, sir.
So they come out in a pistol. And the give is going to be to Saffold on the left side. He just can't find the edge. Nice job by the Golden Tiger defense there to shut that down. Number 9 for the Golden Tigers on the tackle, and that is Jamal Odom there with the tackle. Nice job by Odom to bring him down for a big loss there. And that's going to make it about 2nd and 14 now for the Marauders.
They are keying in on Saffold, as you said. They know that he is dangerous with the ball, so they have all eyes on Saffold.
That's right. So they're going to fake the Saffold this time. He looks for Greenhow. He's not open. Now rolls to his right. May's looking for room. Just can't find him. He now finally throws. And going to be thrown right at the marker at the original line of scrimmage, but it looks like it's going to be incomplete. Intended for number 6. That is Darius Ford. But again, Ford not able to get down to the ball, and May skips it in there, and it's going to be incomplete. So going to be 3rd and about 14 now for the Marauders. And going to be an empty backfield now, as Saffold will be lined up in the slot at the bottom of the formation. Now Mays puts him in motion, brings him to the top, so Greenhow will be the lone receiver to the bottom of the field. Oh, there's a snap, and we've got a flag, and again, given the quickness of that flag, I'm almost positive it's going to be against the Marauders here, AD.
When it was... Well, I'm not sure if it was a false start or if it was delayed game because the clock went to 0. My quarterback senses started to go off, and I looked down at the clock, and it was 1 second. So I want to say it was a delayed game right there, but one of the guys might have started because they saw the clock as well.
Right, yeah, so either way, the result's the same. Going to bring up 3rd and about 18 now. And again, they stick with the empty formation. Mays now looks to the sideline, looks for an adjustment. There's a snap. Mays drops back, looks, throws the ball up, looking for Greenhow on the left sideline. Oh, and what a great catch by Greenhow. There is a flag on the play. Greenhow may have pushed off there to get an extra edge there, but what a great catch there by Kevin Greenhow.
It has to be on the defense. The defense did not get his head back. I know the ref might have went the wrong way. It's got to be on number 16 for the Golden Tigers, and if I am wrong, that I'll never play football again.
Don't make those kind of threats.
Oh, yes, sir.
All right, so it is going to be on number 16, and that is Darnell Hill with the pass interference penalty. But, again, it looks like Greenhow used his hands there as well. So
it was a little cat fight. It was a little cat fight right there. And I'm glad the ref saved me. I can come back after my little
That's right. He's ready to play that down.
Yes,
so
sir.
That's going to make it 1st and 10 now from it's like the 34-yard line now, the Golden Tigers. So Central State sticking with this 4-wide formation. Again, with a tight end. Mays alone by himself in the backfield. There's the snap. He drops back, looks. Again, looking for Greenhow on the left sideline again. And this time Greenhow's not able to get open. Falls incomplete. But, Kevin Greenhow the past couple of weeks has shown that he's been a great addition to the Central State roster.
And that's why he's getting a couple more targets today early in the game because they have found a little mojo between them two. So they wanted to get up into that early today.
Yeah, that's right. Greenhow and Mays are both products of the Hocking College junior college program, the only junior college football program in Ohio. So nice to see those guys staying in state here. So now we've got motion. Now back out. Mays fakes the Saffold. Now looks to the right side. He rolls that way. Looking downfield. He puts the ball up. He's got a man. Oh, and it falls incomplete after being knocked away. Intended for number 6, Darius Ford. But again, Golden Tigers had time to roll into a double coverage situation there, and the ball knocked harmlessly away there. So Marauders take a shot there, AD, but just come up a little bit short.
With Trent, it looked like he was going for the home run right there. I would have just took the double, but he had a guy coming across the middle, and he wound up with no one on him because everyone dropped back on their post right there.
All right, so 3rd and 10 now. Mays gets the snap, drops back, throws. He finds Saffold in the left flat. Saffold makes a move, cuts back to the middle. Saffold keeps crossing the field. He's come all the way across. He's got the corner. Let's see if he can get all the way in. No, going to be tackled at about the 6-yard line, but what a great individual effort there by Terrell Saffold.
He must remember that at the end of the game, we have the Mama There Goes That Man award, and he is trying to get it right now, and he remembers, and that was a nice run right there on the screen.
Bad snap. Mays and Saffold picks it up, and I don't know, it looked like they thought maybe there was a whistle. Nobody, you had guys moving, some guys not moving, and let's see, I guess that's going to go down as a play, so it's going to be a big loss now for the Marauders. Going to be marked all the way back at about the 16-yard line where Saffold was finally able to fall on it, but again, a big loss there. Again, both Mays and Saffold kind of looked at each other like they didn't know who was supposed to be on the ball.
Well, the center is always right. I'll just say that as a quarterback, the center is always right. He thought that, he said, let's go. And
that's right. And Coach Cedric Pearl is going to take a timeout and say, let's get this thing straight before we do. So let's take a quick break and bring you a message from the SIAC.
www.csubelievers.com. Our new fundraising site is safe, easy.
All right, so we're back here again. Second and a very long goal to go here now for the Marauders after that fumbled snap here, and they're going to be in a 5-wide look. Mays looks, he throws to Saffold. It's a screen. He's got blockers in front. Saffold gets a lot of those yards back, gets it all the way back down to about the 4-5 yard line there. Let's see where they finally mark it. It's going to be marked at the 3. So nice job by Saffold there to get a lot of those yards back there, AD.
that's just like a long handoff. Getting behind a couple other receivers, throw it to him real quick, get a hat on the hat, and go ahead, young man, do what you do.
That's right. So Darius Metters in at fullback, and Metters kicks out there on the end, and not a big hit there. Looked like it was Jamal Odom there on the tackle, and big hit there at the goal line. Denied Saffold the touchdown.
Came in and he laid the wood.
He sure did. It looked like big number 95, too, for Tuskegee. One of the defensive linemen was also in on that play. Big Tony Johnson, the defensive tackle. All right, so they're going to come out in a shotgun formation now. Saffold offset to the right. And little jet fake there, and it's going to be number 27 this time for Central State, and that is Jerry Lanier, and Lanier with a touchdown. So, again, they use Saffold as a decoy there, give it to Lanier, and Lanier's able to punch it in. So with 7:05 to go here in the first quarter, it's now 13-7 pending the PAT.
A lot of your successful plays come when you use your most notable guys as the decoy, and that was the case right there.
Sure was. So Trevor Teal's PAT is up, and it is good. So again, 7:05 to go here in the first. Your score: Central State Marauders 14, Tuskegee Golden Tigers 7. And again, while we have just a moment, want to remind our listeners about some upcoming events in the SIAC. Of course, we have the Race to Rock Hill, the 2018 SIAC Cross Country Championship for men and women, is going to be coming up here in just about a week at Rock Hill, South Carolina, November 2nd. Make sure you follow the SIAC on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for all access coverage. And, of course, following that is the Volleyball Championship. That's going to be in Birmingham this year. And, again, that's November 5th through 7th. And, again, follow that also on the SIAC social media sites. And, of course, AD, this is a big game in the Western Division because the winner of the Western Division hosts the SIAC Championship game this year. And I know Cedric Pearl would love to have that be a home game right here in Wilberforce.
Would definitely love that. All the fans would love it, the band would love it, and definitely the players would love it.
That's right. Of course, Tuskegee wants the same thing. They love to host that game on their home turf. So Teal's kick is short, going to be fielded in just about the 20-yard line, just short of the 20, by number 10. He makes a move, and that is Ladero Petway, and Petway gets it up past the 35-yard line, and the Golden Tigers will take over 1st and 10 from their own 37-yard line.
Central State's they've had 2 drives. This is Tuskegee's second drive. Let's see if they can keep up and keep with the scoring on every drive thus far this game.
Yeah, that's right. So far we haven't seen a punter get any work, so let's see if that trend continues here.
Marauders have not wasted any time generating points against arch rival Tuskegee University. Here's the
All right, so Tuskegee comes out again with 2 backs in the backfield in the shotgun formation. There's the snap and the give. It is again, but Gant can't get back to the line of scrimmage. He's tackled, and again, it looked like it was Kalen Abrams again slicing into the backfield, making a nice stop there for Central State.
Those first down blitzes that they are bringing have worked every time, every first down. Excellent game planning by the Marauders.
Yeah, I think you mentioned earlier, it seems like they know what's coming. They've got the tendencies of this Golden Tiger team down pretty cold right now. So going to be second and about 11 now. There's a snap, but no, we have a whistle, and it's going to be a timeout Central State. So again, Central State with a quick timeout there right before the play. And again, while we take a break, let's also mention some other things about the SIAC. Of course, the SIAC is the first conference in any of the NCAA divisions to have a exclusive league-wide deal with Nike. And of course, you can get Nike apparel for both these teams if you visit their individual athletic sites. Of course, MarauderSports.com for your Central State gear and GoldenTigerSports.com for all your Tuskegee desired equipment. So, again, you can get a lot of cool merchandise on either one of those websites. And if you go to the SIAC site, you can get all kinds of Nike SIAC apparel there as well.
Be well equipped for all your homecoming festivities.
That's right. Of course, you might want a nice Nike jacket on a day like today.
Definitely.
All right, so second and about 11 now for the Golden Tigers again from their own 36-yard line. There's a snap. Doremus looks, throws. He's got a man wide open. And Ramsey with a nice catch. Ramsey down the field. He's good to about the 8-yard line. So big play there, finally drugged down by Devin Cunningham, but again, not before he gets all the way down inside the 10-yard line. So, well, I'm not sure what happened on that one, AD, but Ramsey was wide open in the middle of the field.
I don't know if it was a blown coverage, but he was running down the middle of the field wide open. He had the whole hash to himself, and if that pass had led him a little bit, he'd be doing a little touchdown dance.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Ramsey had to adjust to the ball to make the catch, but a little better throw would have been a touchdown. So back in the I formation now inside the 10-yard line. There's a snap and the give to the fullback, and again, that's 33, and that's the big fullback, Justice Owens. So Owens with 2 touchdowns so far today.
It's like they get it down close and then dial it up. Go ahead, give it to him because we know he's going to get in.
That's exactly right. So, again, 5:45 to go here in the first quarter, and the fireworks just keep on coming, don't they? 14-13, pending this PAT by Arns.
Anything you can do, I can do better. If you score, guess what? I'm going to score, and that's how it's been today.
That's right, like a big heavyweight fight, just 2 heavyweights exchanging blows here. See who's left standing at the end of the game. There's the snap. Arns' kick is up, and it is good. So, again, 5:45 to go here in the first, and we're all knotted at 14 apiece. And, of course, don't forget to check out the other action on Flow Sports today. We've also got other SIAC action. Miles travels to Clark, Atlanta. And, of course, Albany State is at Benedict College today. And next week, we've got a couple of matchups again. Morehouse is at Clark, Atlanta. And you'll get to see these same Golden Bears at Miles College. And, of course, we'll be back here for all the action where the Lane Dragons will be visiting Wilberforce and the Central State Marauders. So, again, number 99, Dalton Hill, set to kick off or Dalton Hall, set to kick off now for the Golden Tigers. And it looks like we've got Saffold and McEwen deep for the Marauders. There's the kick, and it is going to be Saffold this time. He catches it about the 9-yard line, heads down the left sideline, now cuts it back a little bit. He stays at the sideline, finally tripped up and rolls out of bounds at about the 46-yard line. So AD, another good starting position now for the Marauders.
I like the last kick when you did not kick it to number 23.
That's right.
That is an excellent return. He got up the sideline, used a couple blocks, and got near midfield to start their drive. Excellent field position.
That's right. So again, they're going to start 1st and 10 from their own 47-yard line. And again, 2 drives in a row. The Marauders have started very close to midfield. Let's see if the Golden Tigers can stiffen up here with this short field and get the first defensive stop of the game. There's the snap. Mays fakes it, boots to the left. Oh, and incomplete. Looking for a man in the flat. Looked like he was intending to get the ball to Darius Metters, the fullback, but Metters well covered, and the pass falls incomplete. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10 now.
I want Mays to sometimes come off of that first read because he had 2 guys right there in the middle of the field. Come up off of that first read if you're not going to run.
And the Golden Tigers showing blitz. Just about got caught right there with Mays checking the sideline now. All right, so there's the snap. Fakes the Saffold. Oh, under pressure. Mays, nice job getting away, but nice job again. A lot of pressure there by the Golden Tigers. Mays takes a hit, bounces off it, and AD, he's going to have a first down. Gets it all the way down to the Golden Tigers' 41-yard line. Nice run there by Mays.
That is all him. He felt the first defender almost getting there, and he set him up. I saw him set him up. He set him up, but I didn't think he was going to get away from the next 2, and he sure did. Banged off somebody else. First down for the Marauders.
Yeah, Mays showed some really elusive moves there. All right, so 3 wide look again for the Marauders as Saffold lines up to his left. There's the snap. Mays fakes again to Saffold, and I think the ball must have been tipped there because it looked like it was going to Greenhow, but knocked down by, looked like Terrence Leatherwood there, one of the defensive ends. They're able to get his hand up and swat that ball down.
Defensive coaches tell the D-line, if you can't get there, hey, get your hands up when he's about to throw the pass. So, and that's exactly what he did, and he got him a bat down right there.
That's right. So Mays now checks the sideline again. Gets the call. Now Mays settles back down. There's the snap and fakes it again to Saffold. Now looks. Now he's going to step up in the pocket. He's got look. Oh, he had Greenhow open there, but just overthrew him a little too tall for Kevin Greenhow. And I'll tell you, that would have been another first down there for the Marauders.
And it seems we've had a penalty on all of the drives, and this one right here will keep the drive alive for the Marauders, and it's going to move them 15 yards down. Those guys have to slow down a little bit on the quarterbacks because you know the referees are going to protect them.
Yeah, that's right. You know, we've seen that on Sundays, and it's just trickling down to all levels, player safety, and so going to be another first down for the Marauders, going to get them a little closer to the red zone here. They're going to be 1st and 10 now from the 26-yard line of the Golden Tigers.
That's going to be first down for the Marauders. They're going to have the football inside of the 20. It's going to be on the 27-yard line. Here's the play. Mays looks over to the sideline.
Okay, so again, Mays checks the sideline, looks for the play. And Metters lined up in an H-back formation. Now he's going to motion over to the left side, and they're going to give it to Saffold. Saffold bobbled the handoff, but able to corral it, but he's just going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be it. He's going to be swallowed up by a bunch of Tuskegee Golden Tigers, led by number 6, Khalil Gray, the linebacker. So, again, all for naught there on first down. I'm going to make it 2nd down now from the 27-yard line.
They're definitely trying to move Saffold around because they get the key on him when he's right there in the backfield.
That's right. So empty backfield now for Mays. Saffold and Greenhow to the bottom of the formation. There's a snap. Mays looks. He's looking down the left side. Pumps. Now he's going to throw. Oh, and it's going to be picked off at about the 1 yard line, and it's going to be returned out to about the 12 yard line. Nice reception there by number 20. That is Rorik Stewart, and Stewart just stepped in front of him there, and read Mays' eyes the whole way there, and comes up with a nice pick there.
That's one thing that my quarterback coach always taught me: never throw late over the middle. And that was a little bit too late. He had him open before he got to that point. But let's see if that's our first turnover of the day.
That's right, yeah. That's our first offensive possession that didn't lead to points so far for either team. So see if the Golden Tigers can take advantage of this turnover, or if the Marauders can return the favor here to them.
Are your backs? Cheeto and Ramsey are your receivers. Kendall Calvin is your tight end.
So there's the snap, and the give is to the up back, and again, that's the fullback, Justice Owens, and Owens with a nice little run, going to get it up very close to a first down. In fact, it is going to be a first down, so it's going to be 1st and 10 now from their own 24-yard line, 23-yard line. So again, the Golden Tigers with a nice run on first down, and
that was a nice run straight downhill.
Yes, it was. So Ramus with a snap, now looks, throws, and I'll tell you, nice little play there. It looked like a slant to number 2, Cheatham, and again, Cheatham had a step, but Duramus led him just a little bit too much there, and it falls incomplete. But that ball was humming right there, AD.
Oh, yeah, and DB number 10, Christopher Lewis, he had his eye on the receiver, and there was an overthrow. If he turned into the receiver right there, we could have had that pick right back.
That's right. So falls harmless incomplete. Going to bring up 2nd and 10 now for the Golden Tigers. Under center, there's a snap, and the give is to Owens. Owens going to pick up about 2 yards. Going to bring up a 3rd and 8 now for the Marauders, and drugged down there by, looks like Rashawn Searles. Again, Searles with a tackle, but again, Golden Tigers now looking at a 3rd and long here.
Trying to get this big 3rd down stop right here so they can get the punter out for the first time.
Yeah, that's right. So Tigers come out in a 3-wide set. Again, 2 backs in the backfield. Play action. Oh, and he's looking for Owens in the flat, but never got to him. Justice Owens never had a chance at that one there, AD.
And he was wide open.
Yes, he was.
Both the DB and the outside linebackers, both of those guys dropped to depth, and he was wide. He was out there by himself. That's why he was visibly upset right there with the low pass.
That's right. I'm sure Duramus is upset with that too. So the punter, big number 99, Dalton Hall now in for the Tuskegee Golden Tigers, and AD, we're finally going to have a punt here.
I know he's not happy with the situation, but he is happy that he gets to work right here.
That's right. So Raekwon Robinson looks to be the returner, and he's going to let it bounce in front of him. And that's number 12 for Central State. That is Kajamis Sanders, and Sanders just lets the ball hit in front of him, and finally down by the Tigers at about the 31-yard line. So that's where the Marauders will take over 1st and 10. So AD, after 4 straight touchdown drives, we finally, both teams finally settled down a little bit, and with 2:32 to go here in the first quarter, we're knotted up at 14.
It's like they needed a break from all the scoring, so they went on ahead and gave away a possession each. Maybe we'll see right here if everybody can get back to the score.
That's right, back on track here. So again, fans of defense haven't had much to cheer about today. So the fake, the goodness, half order on the right edge. Nice job by Mays, faked out this announcer. So he's finally going to be pushed back by Nico McMillan, but again, he's going to pick up looks to be about a 3 or 4 yard gain now for the Marauders.
They're trying to change up what they do on every first down, and they're going with the play action just because the run game has gone good.
That's right.
So far.
That's right. Meadows now lined up at tailback in the pistol formation. Oh, the snap over May's head. He's got to chase it down, and he picks it up. He's going to look, and he's able to get rid of it. And really pretty smart play there by Trent Mays, their AD, to avoid a big loss there. And, of course, he was way beyond the pocket there. And good heads-up play there by Trent Mays.
That's a very, very heady play right there. Excellent move by the quarterback. Not just to fall on it, but to pick it up and have the wits about himself to get the ball out of bounds and pass the line of scrimmage. So he was out of the tackle box anyway, but he still did all those things, and that was a great recovery.
That's right. So, and Saffold now back in the backfield. 3 receivers set, and it looks like we've got some adjustment there on the ball. Now finally marked at about the 35-yard line of the Marauders. And looking at a 2nd and about 6. There's a snap. Mays drops. He looks to the left. And and I'll tell you, that hit number 6. That was Darius Ford, and Ford just dropped it, AD. Not much more you can say than that, and he had to reach up a little bit for it, but again, definitely a catchable ball, and
very catchable ball. You got to have that for first downs. It was a little high, but you do those in drills every day in practice. You work on catching the high ones, the low ones, and all of that. That's a very catchable ball. Nice play call right there. Try to pick up the first down. But this will be his first action of the day.
That's right. Isaiah Smith set the punt, and deep for the Golden Tigers is Ladero Petway. And we've got a flag and a whistle and stop play here, so we'll check the flag here. And again, if this is on the Golden Tigers, this would be a 4th and very short for Coach Pearl. Might be a decision time, but we'll have to wait and see what the call is.
Replay it down. Heard the whistle. It was from the band. Replay it down.
Okay, so apparently it was an inadvertent whistle from the band, and it's going to remain 4th and about 6. So Isaiah Smith lines up again, and we'll try it again here.
Outside, here's Central State. No kick at Petway will stand inside of the 33-yard line.
Smith steps, he kicks, low kick, and Petway's going to field it on the bounce at about the 34-yard line, slips in the mud, and not going to be able to get away from anybody as he's drugged down there by number 17 for the Marauders. Looks to be Gerald Allen, and there is a flag on the play, though. We'll check that here.
Then they got a holding penalty or illegal block in the back on the Golden Tigers.
Okay.
It's going to move them back about 10 yards. Should be starting their drive from about the 30-yard line.
All right, so the referees meet and discuss it.
14-14 you score, 121 in the first. You're in McPherson Stadium, Wilberforce, Ohio. SIAC West.
Doing the return. Hold it. Return team, 13.
Okay, so it is going to be a holding call
First down.
on number 13 for the Tigers. And I believe that's probably Denzel Veal. And so they're going to walk the penalty off, and the Golden Tigers will take over 1st and 10, and it looks like it's going to be from their own 29-yard line. So, again, Tigers come out here, and 1:21 to go here in the first. Your score, we're knotted at 14 after 4 straight touchdowns to open the game. We've had a couple stops and a turnover here. Tigers are going to try to get back on track here. 1st and 10.
They are trying to break the trend.
That's right. So Daramus gets the snap, and they give it to Justice Owens, and Owens with a nice first down run, going to pick up a first down there. Going to be brought down by Quante Stanley, but again, Stanley not able to bring him down until after a nice run by Owens for a Golden Tiger first down. That's going to move Tuskegee all the way to their own 42-yard line. And again, just like that, they're almost to midfield here, AD.
He has 2 touches, 2 touchdowns, and then he comes back with 2 big runs on his last 2 carries. He's been money. He's been golden for the Tigers.
That's right, a golden Tiger. Right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so again, Duramus under center, and he's going to give it to Owens again. Owens hit, but keeps his feet going. He's going to pick up about 2 yards where the forward progress will be stopped, and I'll tell you, boy, showing some strength there. He never did go down, AD.
I don't think he wanted to get muddy. That's the little sloppy spot in the field right there.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah, he was not trying to go down right there.
All right, so wants to keep that jersey clean, huh? All right, so time winding down here, and looks like that's going to be the final play of the first quarter, and it is. So, again, at the end of one, your score, Central State 14, Tuskegee 14. We'll take a quick break and bring you a quick message here. All right, so we're back to the action here. Again, first play of the second quarter here as the Golden Tigers face a 2nd and 8 now. Almost from midfield, just short. And it's going to be a reverse. And he slips a little bit, but makes a nice move, and he's still going. That's number 1, Peyton Ramsey, and Ramsey cuts to the middle, and it's going to be a touchdown. So 50-yard plus touchdown, but
I think he did a lot of that running for nothing.
I'm afraid you may be
bring
right.
that all the way back because we got laundry on the field.
That's right, yellow laundry, the worst kind.
Yes, sir. And up here in the box, we got a couple of different things going on, and we got a radio broadcast, and they immediately said, that's holding right there before the ref can even throw the flag.
Yeah, that's right. They called it down there from us, didn't they? So, again, the holding penalty on number 8 for the Tigers. That's going to negate a touchdown. And, again, looked to be Kendall Calvin, the tight end. And unfortunate with the holding penalty. So, again, that's going to make it. After the assessment, let's see where they finally spot the ball, and it's going to be third and about 20 now for the Golden Tigers. So went from a big play to a big yardage situation here. So let's see what they can do with it. So they come out 3 wide, two backs in the backfield. Play action fake. Duramus looks, he pumps. And throws it over the middle of the field, intended for number 88. And that is Deontay Gray, but again, Gray not able to come up with it, a little high there, and ball falls harmlessly incomplete. So going to bring up a 3rd and long now for the Golden Tigers after the penalty.
I'm real glad that he wasn't led by that throw, and he had to stop and jump for that, because number 5, Kalen Abrams, he was ready to do some damage right there sitting in the middle.
Yeah, that's right. Again, it could have been a potential big hit there by Abrams. So again, 3rd and a long way here now for the Golden Tigers, and they're going to take a quick timeout. Saw something they didn't like, and actually I look now, the play clock is down to 0, so they threw the flag, but I think they'll give them the timeout, and it appears they did. So it's going to be a quick timeout here for the Golden Tigers, and again, 3rd and very long here. They're going to need to dial up their best play here and try to pick this up, AD.
Coach will be down there. Coach Fairley will be telling his defense, hey guys, watch the ball and check out for the screens. Those are 2 big things that they try on 3rd down. They try to get you off sides for one, and then they try to slip you a screen one way or the other. So they're stressing those things, and they're saying, let's go ahead and get the ball back to our offense so we can get back up on the scoreboard.
Yeah, that's right. And again, just some quick notes from the first half. Again, we had each team with 6 first downs in that first quarter, and Duramus was let's see here, 2 for 4, and Mays was 5 for 13 with a pick. So a lot of scoring excitement there in the first quarter. Kind of cooled down here as the game has progressed into the second quarter, though. All right, so after the timeout, 14:40 to go, and again, the Golden Tigers come out facing a third and about 20 now, and from their own 34-yard line. And there's the snap. Doremus fakes the handoff. Looks, he puts it up. Oh, and just in and out of the hands there of the receiver. It looks like it was, I believe that was Justice Owens, if I'm not mistaken, there down the sideline. And, yeah, it was. So the ball falls incomplete. And, again, Tigers have found a lot of different ways to use Justice Owens so far here. So with, again, 14:34 here, the Golden Tigers are going to face another punting situation. So Dalton Hall comes back onto the field, and it appears to be number 13, Kajamis Sanders. I'm sorry, Tavares Mills, it looks like, deep.
Oh, no,
No, we're at the first time. It was Kajamis Sanders. So, again, he's not going to get a shot at this one, though, as Hall kicks it out of bounds and rolls out, going to be marked at about the 37-yard line. So that's where the Marauders will take over, 1st and 10. Again, with 14:26 to go here in the first half.
Well, let's see if they can settle down and get back to what was working good for them in the first quarter, and get that running game back going with Saffold, and see if they can get this thing back in the end zone.
Yeah, that's right. You know, one thing we've seen is the AD is that the middle of the field right here has already produced a couple slips. So, and Mays slips right there after the play action. He hands off to Saffold. Saffold around the left side, but it's going to be knocked out of bounds after a very short game, maybe 1.5 yards. Let's see exactly where they spot it. Forced out of bounds by number 16, Darnell Hill, one of the defensive backs. Again, after a very, very short gain, as we mentioned. So apparently we've got a chain problem over there, AD. They got a kink in the chain or something. Can't get them stretched out. So be a brief timeout on the field for that. And now they've got the chains worked out. So going to bring up 2nd and 9 now for the Marauders. Again, from their own 38-yard line. And again, 2 backs in the backfield, Metters and Saffold. There's a snap. Mays looks. Oh, intended for Greenhow over the middle, but a little bit behind him and bounced off the shoulder pad, falls incomplete. So in a situation where I'm sure Mays wishes he had that one back and let him a little bit, because Greenhow was wide open, and we know he can run with the football in his hands. So big opportunity for run after the catch yards lost there by the Marauders.
Definitely wide open, coming from one side to the other, right across the middle. Just take a little heat off of it. Throw him a change up instead of throwing that fastball.
So there's a snap. Mays rolls to his right, looking downfield, and finally gets rid of it. And very close to an interception there. And I don't believe they're going to give it to him. But number 12 for Tuskegee, looks like that was Devorius Thomas, the linebacker, who stepped in front of that. And again, I think Mays was just trying to get rid of the ball, but didn't throw it out of bounds far enough.
Well, they actually said that he stepped out of bounds, so that's it.
Okay, so that's before the throw.
He's very lucky, very lucky.
Yeah, he sure is. So going to bring up 3rd and 8 now for the Marauders. Oh, excuse me, it's 4th down. 4th down after the 3rd down scramble there by Mays. And, of course, the punter is Isaiah Smith. And back deep again is Ladero Petway for the Golden Tigers. And we're going to have a flag here, so probably going to be a false start against the Marauders. Back them up a little bit more. And it is. False start called on number 81 for Central State.
After not having the special teams on the field that much, now that they came up on the field, we've had a penalty. Most of the time they've been up out here, so we need to sharpen that up on both sides. on the special team.
That's right. So again, Smith set to kick away. Low snap. Smith picks it up. And kind of a wobbly end-over-end kick. And Petway lets it bounce. Does take a Central State bounce. Rolls down. Finally going to be down to the 28. So that's where the Golden Tigers will take over. 1st and 10 with 13:15 left to play here in the second quarter.
And after watching, I know we're not there yet, but after watching the World Series last night, and they went 15 or 18 innings, something like that.
18, I think. Yeah.
18 innings. Okay, well, someone right here they're gonna have to change that scoreboard right there, because we are not going all those overtimes like the World Series last night.
Well, I sure hope you're right. It could be a very long day here. So 1st and 10 again. Doremus lined up under center, high backfield. And it's a pitch this time. And it looked to be, I believe that's Kenny Gant again on the carry. And just nothing there for Gant. Picks up about 2.5. This will be generous and call it 3 yards. Going to bring up 2nd and 7. So, again, not a huge game for Gant, but, again, positive yards.
That was kind of an unorthodox pitch right there. I don't know if they got mixed up on the play call and the quarterback opened up wrong, but...
Yeah, I wonder if maybe just he slipped and couldn't get there to get the handoff, maybe.
Maybe that.
All right, nice throw there. Complete. And that is number 82, Ted Jalen Smith, with a nice little catch in the flats and nice run after the catch. Going to pick up a 1st down for the Golden Tigers. Gets the ball very close to midfield. It's going to be 1st and 10 now from about their own 44-yard line.
Nice and easy throws for the quarterbacks, nice short throws, get the ball out your hands real quick. That seems to be working for both sides, besides the long touchdown runs that we've had by a couple of the receivers on both sides.
Right, so again, Doremus again under center here with the I formation. There's a snap, and the give is going to be to Justice Owens, and Owens gets just past the line, picks up about a yard where he's drugged down by Rashawn Searles. That's going to make it 2nd and 9 now for the Golden Tigers. And we've seen Searles make a couple plays there from his defensive line spot so far, AD.
That's another one of those first down blitzes that the Marauder defense have been dialing up on a lot of these first downs on the Golden Tigers drives.
All right, so Tigers back in the shotgun now, again with 2 backs in the backfield. There's the snap. And bobbled this time again, intended for Ted Jalen Smith, but Smith not able to haul that one in. And, I'll tell you, I'm sure Doremus would love to be able to replay that one, but again, falls harmless and incomplete, so that's going to make it now 3rd and 9 for the Golden Tigers from their own 45-yard line.
And that right there, that was the change up that I was talking about. He laid that right up in there, and the receiver just bobbled it and couldn't handle it.
Yeah, too much touch, I guess, huh?
Man.
All right, so again, 3rd and 9 here. There's a snap. Doremus looks, steps. He's got a man, fires. It's complete. And that's going to be a 1st down for the Tigers, complete to number 1. And that is Peyton Ramsey. So we've seen Ramsey with some big plays here today so far. And there's another one with a Golden Tiger 1st down. So they cross midfield, and it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 44.
He threw that pass before he got out of his break. He took a big hit. He knew he was going to take the hit, but he knew his receiver had it. Threw it before he got up out of his break. Boom, there's the ball. 1st down. Got both feet in. That would have been good on Sundays.
That's right. So, again, nice grab there by Peyton Ramsey. Good job to go up and get it for the 1st down. So there's a snap. And he slips down. It looked like that was, I believe that was Gant again. And covered up there by Shamar Moss. But, again, Gant really just never got his footing going there and falls down before he gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Looks like on this end of the field, on the north end of the field, it's kind of mushy right there, and he's right in the spot. Right
that's right in between those hashes. Yeah. There's the snap, the fake to Gant this time. Doremus hit, gets loose. Loses the handle of the football. Ball was going forward, but they ruled a fumble.
And that was his own man.
Yeah, covered up by one of the offensive linemen, big number 73. That is Rochelin Romaine. And again, Romaine able to cover that up and save the possession, but they do lose a few yards. Going to make it now 3rd and 12 here now for the Golden Tigers.
He was trying to move up in the pocket. It looked like he was going to throw it, but brought it back. But then his line, it just hit his lineman in the back and caused the fumble. And luckily, got back up on that to keep the possession for the Golden Tigers.
That's right. So again, but that does put them in a 3rd and long situation. There's the snap, the fake to Gant. He looks, stumbles, slips in the mud, and just nowhere to go. He's finally going to be drugged down there by Searles and number 9 as well for Central State. And 9, of course, that is Javian Williams, excuse me. And again, big stop there for the Marauders, but we do have a Marauder down on the field, so we will have a break in the action here as the Central State training staff comes out and assists that player. Don't want to assume who that is, but again, one of the Marauders is down, so we have an injury timeout here. When we come back to action, it is going to be 4th down, and probably a punting situation here for the Golden Tigers. And in fact, it looks like Dalton Hall has already come onto the field, so will be a punting situation when we return. And I believe that may be Searles down on the field there, and it looks like it is, but he's up and walking off under his own power. That's always a good sign.
Excellent sign. And a lot of times when you're making tackles that, after you've made a lot of tackles, as Searles has this whole season, sometimes that thing, you get a little stinger up there and got to sit down for a second.
Yeah, that's right. The old burner, as we used to call that. So.
Yes, sir.
All right, so it looks like it's going to be number 12 deep for Central State. Kajamis Sanders again. And again, Hall set to kick. He's going to kick from about his own 40. Sanders standing on his own 10-yard line. And it looks like we've got a personnel issue. We've got a late Tiger onto the field, but he gets set now. There's the snap. Hall steps and kicks. Sanders going to let it bounce. Hits inside the 10 and takes a little bit of a Marauder bounce where it's going to be down by the Tigers at the 6-yard line. So that's where the Marauders will take over. 1st and 10 from their own 6-yard line with 8:56 to go here in the half.
It'll be real ideal for the Marauders to go on a clock bleeding 94-yard drive and cap it off with a touchdown and leave little time on the clock for the Golden Tigers to come back down.
You're exactly right, AD, though I'm sure Coach Pearl would just take a nice couple first downs to get them out of the shadow of the goalpost too, but we'll see what happens here again with 8:56 to go here in the half. So the fake to Saffold. Oh, intended in the flat, looking for number 88. And that is Bobby Gist, but again, falls incomplete. And so that's going to bring up 2nd down now for the Marauders. And again, like we talked about, again, any kind of positive yardage here will help get the ball out of the end zone on the punt, and I'm sure that's what Coach Pearl wants here. Okay, the give is to Saffold. Saffold off right tackle. Gets it up to about the 10-yard line, so nice positive gain there, a gain of about 3 or 4 for the Marauders. Going to bring up a 3rd and about, we'll call it 7 now. Maybe a long 6 for the Marauders.
They got them a little more room just to feel just a little bit more comfortable in the passing game.
All right, so again, Central State looking to the sideline. Mays changes the play. Now there's the snap. He's looking, throws to the left sideline. It's complete, and he's going to be good for a 1st down. Again, Nice job there by number 6 for Central State. That is Darius Ford, and Ford with a nice little move after the catch to get the first down and keep these sticks moving. So, again, first down from their own 13-yard line now.
It was actually good coverage.
The 17-yard line.
Actually good coverage, but that one little move, one little shimmy with his shoulders got him the first down.
That's right. All right, so Saffold again with a run over right tackle. And Saffold this time picks up about 3, gets it up to the 20-yard line. And Grab Mays looks. He's got a man. He throws down the left sideline. Oh, looking for Kevin Greenhow again on the go route, but falls harmless, incomplete, out of bounds. And I'll tell you, nice placement there by Mays. Greenhow was the only one that had a chance at that ball, thrown over that outside shoulder, and falls harmless, incomplete. So nice job by the Golden Tiger coverage there. Kind of squeezed him to the sideline and really didn't give Greenhow a chance to work anywhere for the football. But again, that's going to bring up 2nd and 10 now.
He was with him step for step. And like you said, that was a great placement by the ball because the only person that could have got it was his receiver.
Oh, and I'll tell you, play action pass intended for Greenhow, but Greenhow never turned his head around. He obviously didn't expect the ball coming, but looked like Mays read the hot route maybe, and Greenhow didn't. It's the only thing I can figure on that one, AD.
That is one thing you got to have, and that's great communication. And right there, it was laps right there, and got the receiver still running his streak, but the quarterback saw something different. So they got to get that meshed up before they get it. That almost could have been intercepted.
That's right. So Metters comes back in the game. That H-back. Joins Saffold and Mays in the backfield. There's a snap. Mays rolls to his left. Throws coming back downhill and intended for number 88. That is Bobby Gist, but again, falls harmlessly incomplete, just a little too low. And that's going to bring up 4th and 10. So, again, the attempt to run out this clock is going to end with about 6 minutes to go. But, nice job, again, like we talked about, just getting some room to be able to flip the field a little bit here, AD, because they had to punt from the end zone. Golden Tigers would have had great field position here.
A little better execution that probably could have got them their first down and extended this drive. But you got to take your hat off to the defense of the Golden Tigers for stopping them right there. And now they're receiving this punt.
Yeah, you're exactly right. So Petway set deep, and Central State needs to call a timeout here. So again, with 6:03 to go here in the half, your score, Central State 14, Tuskegee 14. And we'll take a very quick break and come right back to the action. All right, so we're back again. Smith set the punt. And, not a very good punt. Petway is going to field it at about the 43-yard line and makes the first man miss, crosses midfield. He's going to get it up to about the 40-yard line at Central State. Actually going to be marked at about the 41-yard line where Javian Williams is finally able to bring him down. But again, very good field position here for the Golden Tigers with 5:52 to go here in the half. And again, Ahmad Duramis and these Golden Tigers will be looking to get a lead here going into halftime.
These flags have been a hamper on both offenses. You got another special teams penalty that's going to take you from the positive part of the field and put you back on your side of the field. That's good field position, not so good field position. Or, well, I mean, it was still good, not as good, just not as good.
Exactly. So Central State helped out by the penalty there after the nice return by Petway and kind of a poor kick by Isaiah Smith. But again, works out a little better now for the Marauders as the ball's going to be marked all the way back at about the 33-yard line of the Golden Tigers. So a big break there by for the Marauders. So again, Duramis with 2 backs in the backfield, 3 wide receivers. There's the snap. Duramis throws to the flat. It is Justice Owens. And I'll tell you, nice job there by Central State to cover that up. number 29 for the Marauders, and that is Maurice Young. And Young able to wrap up Owens right there before he was able to get much out of that. In fact, I'm going to give him about maybe a half yard, and we'll call it 2nd and 9 now for the Golden Tigers from their own 34-yard line.
That was a great open field tackle. He shared one block, waited on the guy to come, made a great open field tackle. Good job by 29.
All right, so Doremus with a snap, and this time he's going to give. I believe that's Gant on the run, and boy, nice run there by Gant. Going to pick up a first down. Big run over the right side there.
He was straight downhill. Put the right foot in the ground and said, I'm going straight downhill. Nice run, nice first down run right there on 2nd down.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, that's Brian Hill, excuse me. Hill with a nice run there for the Golden Tigers. And get him almost to midfield. It'll be 1st and 10 now from the 47-yard line for the Golden Tigers.
Cheatham and Ramsey are your receivers. The 2 backs are going to be Hill.
Now one of the backs splits out wide. We have a 4-wide look. The fake to Owens. Doremus looks, throws, and tipped and almost picked off by Central State. And I'll tell you, intended for number 2. And that is, of course, Cheatham. But again, Cheatham blanketed there. It looked like by the time the ball was there were about 4 guys around him. And again, tipped up. And Central State just not able to finish the tip drill. It falls incomplete. But, really a break for the Golden Tigers there. They'll live to fight another down here with 2nd and 10 from their own 47-yard line.
Late over the middle is always trouble unless there's no one there. But that time, there were 4 Marauder defenders in the middle of the field.
Right, so Doremus sees something he doesn't like, so he's going to call timeout. So, again, 4:24 to go here, and we're all knotted at 14. 4:24 to go in the half, I should say. We're knotted at 14. And so, again, AD, just, the weather, not great today, but we do see that we've got a pretty decent crowd here today, and we've got even some nice visitors across the way that made the trip up from Tuskegee. And, of course, that just plays right into my next thing. I was going to talk about the fact that the SIAC has led all of Division II in attendance for 15 consecutive years, 26 of the last 28 years. So, a very, very impressive record of attendance and support for these SIAC teams.
Love to see all the students, all the alumni coming to all the games. Great sight. And, of course, they want to see all the festivities, including that battle with the bands.
That's right. Of course, coming up at halftime here, we will have those bands, and we'll talk a little bit more about that after this play. So, 2nd and 10 now. Doremus looks. He's got a man open, and it's number 2 into the flat, and he's going to get up and pick up a first down, and that is Cheatham again. Cheatham with a nice play, and first down for the Golden Bears. So, the Golden Tigers. So, again, coming up at halftime, like we mentioned, we do, of course, have the visiting Tuskegee Crimson Piper Marching Band will be performing, and, of course, the home band, the Central State Invincible Marching Marauders, and looking forward to quite a show here at halftime, and we'll see if they're able to get out there on the field with this adverse conditions. So hopefully they will. 3-receiver look now. Doremus gives, and it is Hill again. Hill over the right side, and going to be another first down for the Tigers. So, again, we've seen Hill with a couple nice carries there over the right tackle. Good for first downs, and we do have an injured Golden Tiger on the field, so be a short break in the action for that.
In Hill, he's going downhill every one of his carries, and I guess he wanted us to pull out the MTC.
That's
move
right.
the chains. I guess he wanted to move the chains.
They just keep moving them on this drive. So, again, 3:46 to go in the half, and the Marauders are putting together a nice little closing drive right of this half, AD, if they're able to get some points out of this and end it in a positive light.
if the Golden Tigers can punch it in right here, they'll be getting the ball back after halftime. So that'll be a great way to go into halftime, coming back, receiving the ball after putting points on the board.
That's exactly right. So, an AD, I believe that's Justice Owens being helped off the field. So, if that's the case, that would be a big loss for this Golden Tigers offense, as we've seen him do just about everything from the fullback spot, from the slot. He's done a lot of different things today so far.
Glad to see that he can go off gingerly on his own.
That's right, but at least he's all on his own feet.
At least he's on his own feet. Speedy recovery to that young man. Hopefully he's able to come back.
That's right. So, and Central State gets a big jump off the edge, and the give is to Hill, but Hill hit immediately by number 15 from Central State, and that is Shamar Moss, and Moss had a great jump. If I didn't know any better, I'd say he was offsides there, but made a great play from his end spot there to make a big loss in the backfield. And again, that may be Hill's first negative run of the game, but it's a big one. Going to bring up 2nd and 15 now for the Golden Tigers.
I was waiting to see if the ref was going to reach. I didn't see the reach, so he must have timed that real well.
Right. Perfect timing. So 3 receivers now. There's the snap. Ramus looks. He's got a man open. It's complete over the middle, and that is number 2. And, of course, that's Cheatham again with a big reception. That's going to be a first down for the Tigers all the way down to the 14-yard line. And now the Marauders look to have a player down, and that is number 5 for the Marauders. And that is Kalen Abrams. And, again, that would be a big loss here for the Marauders as well.
That was a nice route combination. They kind of mixed up the defensive backfield for the Marauders. They took the outside receiver on the post, and they took the inside receiver, and they ran him on the out. So they had a little mix-up back there that allowed him to Cheatham to get right there on that deep slant.
Yeah, he just found that hole, didn't he? And was right there. All right, so again, still attending to the injured player there. So just a quick update of at least some games around the SIAC today. Of course, you've got Miles visiting Clark Atlanta in a conference matchup. Fort Valley State is at Morehouse today. Albany State traveled to Columbia, South Carolina to face Benedict. And Lane, the Dragons, are at Kentucky State today. So again, that's your action around the SIAC today. So back to live action now. Doremus under center. We've got an I formation. And the give is to the fullback, and that is number 27. That is Eric Bright Jr. And Bright running downhill. He's going to pick up about 4 yards. Going to bring up 2nd and 6 now for the Golden Tigers from about the 10-yard line.
They're going to take their time. They're going to take their good, sweet old time, let that clock run away, hoping they can keep going downhill so they can cross that goal line with minimal time left on the clock for the Marauders.
That's right, and we're already under 2 minutes here, and the clock continuing to roll here. Yeah, this time they're back in the shotgun formation. There's the snap. And Doremus Lewis finally throws it back to the end zone. Oh, tipped and caught for the touchdown. And again, looks like that's one of the big tight ends. That's number 86, I believe, and that is Xavier Thomas. Alexander Mitchell, the tight end, on the deflection. And wow, touchdown Golden Tigers. So 1:43 to go in the half. And Tuskegee jumps out to a 20-14 lead here, pending the PAT here by Arns.
He was open a little earlier, but they allowed the defender to get there. He tipped it a little bit, caught the touchdown.
Here's a point after tip. It's up and it's good.
And the kick is up, and it is good. So go ahead, AD.
And after his touchdown, he was so big that the first guy to come on, he didn't even want to chest bump him because he was way bigger than him. He didn't want to get knocked down. But that was great celebration, great concentration after the deflection for the 6. Left him with 1:43 left on the clock.
Yeah, that's right. Mitchell's listed in the program at 6'5", 240, and he's every bit of that for sure.
Yes, sir.
All right, so again, like we said, with 1:43 to go in the half, Tuskegee now leads Central State 21-14. And again, Central State's going to try to answer. They've got Saffold back, as well as, let's see who the other one is for the Marauders. I believe it's 25 AD, if I'm not mistaken. 35 McEwen, of course, yeah. So, again, McEwen and Saffold deep. Again, Hall set to kick off for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. There's the kick. And it's a short kick, going to be fielded by one of the up men at about the 24-yard line. He's going to try to get back to the middle. And just can't quite get the edge there. Again, that was number 6. And that is Darius Ford. And Ford just not able to get much room there. He does get it up past the 30-yard line to the 32. And that's where the Marauders will take over, 1st and 10, with 1:37 to go here in the second quarter.
We work on it all week. We put a special emphasis on it on the last day's walkthrough, the 2-minute drill. Let's see how effective we can be in the 2-minute drill. 1:37 left on the clock, 1 timeout.
All right, so 5 wide look now. Mays gets the snap, drops back, fires for Saffold. It's complete. Saffold makes a move. He's going to be tackled, and he did get out of bounds, so the clock will stop there, and it looks like it's going to be good for a first down. So accomplished about everything they needed to right there, AD. They got the first down. They got the clock stopped. And, of course, the chains keep moving the positive direction.
Saffold knew he can get a couple more yards, but he has to be cognizant of the clock and make sure that he gets out of bounds if he gets the chance to.
That's right. So, again, in a 4-wide look this time, intended for number 14, Grayson Green, but falls incomplete. So that, again, will keep the clock stopped with 1:25 to go now, 2nd and 10 from the 44-yard line.
Today is not the day to wear your cute colored little soft bottom cleats. You need to go ahead and throw in the screw ends today.
That's right. Those big mud cleats today.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we're going to have I believe, let's see what it is. I believe it's going to be a false start against the Marauders, but we'll see, and that is the call. So that's going to back them up 5 more yards here.
And those are things that you cannot afford in the 2-minute drill when you're trying to move the ball down the field and the clock is not on your side.
That's right. The Golden Tigers will definitely take that break. So 1st and 15 now from the 39-yard line. Again, 5 wide look for the Marauders. There's a snap. Mays drops back, steps up in the pocket now. Now he's going to roll out to his left. Throws. He's got a man wide open there on the sideline. And let's see. That's going to be complete. And again, that is Darius Ford. Ford able to make the first down and get out of bounds. And they're well into Golden Tiger territory now. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the Golden Tiger 35-yard line. Again, 1:15 left to go.
When you're scrambling, you got to make sure you keep your eyes downfield because your receivers will do the scramble drill and come back to you.
That's right. So Saffold open in the flat, and let's see where they rule him in bounds. So the clock will continue to roll. And again, look like that was hot. That was Devorius Thomas on the tackle there. Nice job keeping him in bounds. Actually going to go down as a loss there. Going to be 1st and about 16. 2nd and 16 or 17 now. Under a minute to go now. And again, the Central State, needs to get moving here. There's a snap. Mays looking, backpedaling. Oh, Greenhow was open. They had a nice screen set up there, but the throw a little high. Greenhow just couldn't drag it down. But he had blockers in front. Would have been a nice play if they completed it. But it falls harmlessly incomplete, stopping the clock. Now with 36.2 seconds to go. And again, Central State's trailing by a touchdown here. going into the end of the first half.
And they used their third and final timeout right now to try to get their third and 15 play called, and also the remainder of the plays for this drive. We have to get this 15, get out of bounds, and then hurry up, line back up, so we can go on here and get this on in with these 36 seconds left.
Yeah, and I'd say AD too. They're also in 2-down territory, so they don't need to get 15 on this one. They could get half of that, and break it up into 2 plays. But you're right, the clock is the one of the biggest factors right now with no timeouts left. Whatever they do, they've got to get out of bounds here.
They have to, and the Golden Tigers defense, they're going to set them up so they cannot get up out of bounds. They can give up anything in the middle, don't give up anything on the sidelines.
Right, so again, they come out with three receivers to the bottom, just a tight end to the top, and Mays is going to roll to the 3-receiver side and slips and, shovels it forward to Saffold. It's complete. Saffold gets out of bounds, so let's see where they mark the ball. He's going to be up past the original line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up 4th and about 7. And I'll tell you, nice job by improvising there by Mays.
Well, just like you said, Chuck, they can get a little chunk back right here because we definitely know that they're going to go for it on 4th down, get a couple yards, and then get a manageable 4th down play here.
All right, so a little further than we estimated. It's about 4th and 9, but again, they're going for it. Mays gets the snap, drops back, looks, he's got a man over the middle. It's Greenhow, he's open, complete. Greenhow finally tackled at about the 10-yard line, but again, the clock will stop as the chains move, but we're down to 20 seconds to go in the half.
You got to hurry up, and you got to clock this right now. Everyone has to line up.
That's right.
So as soon as
and they're set, and Mays clocks it. And there we go, AD. So let's see. They may be adding some time back on this clock here. Have to wait and see. I know obviously the Marauders are arguing for that, and let's see what the officials decide.
Here we go. Game clock operator. Please set the game clock. 18 seconds.
Okay, so they're going to put 18 seconds on the clock now, and it's going to be 1st and goal Marauders from the 10-yard line of the Golden Tigers.
And that was a great play call, knowing that you can go anywhere on the field right then, but you got to hurry up to get back up to the line so you can clock it.
Right.
That was excellent execution by the Marauders in that 2-minute drill.
Yes, it was. So kind of a stacked look now for the Marauders. They go to the 1-receiver side. Mays now rolls that way. He's going to be forced out of bounds. He picks up about 2, but most importantly, he got out of bounds and stopped the clock. Ran out of bounds there by Khalil Gray. And but again, another smart play by Mays there, and it looks like actually they're going to, give him about a yard there. So 3rd and goal now from the 9-yard line. And again, Marauders run kind of a stacked look out of the slot at the top of the field. Mays all by himself in the backfield. There's the snap. Mays now fires the Saffold, and hit immediately and driven back, and they're going to blow it dead there. Progress stopped, and the clock's going to continue to run, and there's really not going to be a chance to stop the clock here. So
nothing at all that they can do.
No, the clock's just going to run out. So again, at the end of the first half, Tuskegee able to make a big stop defensively there and stop the Marauders inside the red zone there. In fact, in the goal-to-go situation, and they're going to go to the locker room with a 7-point lead. So again, your score at half: Tuskegee 21, Central State 14. And again, we're going to step away and take a break here and bring you some action from the bands, and we'll come back with some first half stats and all the second half action after halftime. All right, welcome back to the second half action. We hope you enjoyed the battle of the bands there at halftime. Unfortunately, with the mud on the field, they couldn't take the field today, but got to hear some great performances there by of course, the home team, Central State Invincible Marching Marauders, and the visiting Tuskegee Crimson Piper Marching Band. And Tuskegee won the opening coin toss, and they deferred to the second half, so they will receive here to start the second half.
We got our chain crew out there.
And Central State will be kicking off. Of course, kicking off for Central State will be number 19, Trevor Teal. And deep for the Golden Tigers will be number 10, Ladero Petway, and number 11, Marquez Burdette. So again, after an exciting first half that saw 35 points scored, and a first quarter that saw 28 points, we'll see what the second half holds here in just a moment.
Central State is definitely looking forward to how the second quarter, from the end of the first to the beginning of the second quarter was played, and so that they don't score right now, and they can pick up on the scoring on their first drive.
That's right. So short kick off to Petway. Petway fields it, weaves his way up the field, and looks like the ball came out there. And we'll see what the ruling on the field is going to be.
They might say that there was a whistle. I heard a whistle, and this is going to be on the refs.
Yeah, let's see what the indication is. Yeah, and I think you're exactly right, AD. The Golden Tigers are going to retain possession, so going to be 1st and 10. Tuskegee from their own. It's like about the 43-yard line. So again, a first half that, again, like we talked about, saw 35 points, saw a combined 24 first downs. You know, a lot of offensive action in the first half. Let's see if the second half continues where they left off. So Duramus with the handoff. It is Gant. Gant around the left edge. Gant keeps moving. He's going to be good for about a first down. Looks like about 10, 11 yards, but flag on the play. So kind of a common theme today, AD. We're picking up the flags right where we left off in the first half.
Ladero Petway, he had a great stout block out there on the DB. He took it a little too far. He got him down to the ground, and then he just laid on him. So, I mean, the play was already past him.
Right.
He didn't need to do that little extra. He already had a nice little pancake, but he took it an extra step, and now it cost him 10 yards and lost the mojo on the good first down play.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So, again, the foul did occur beyond the first down marker, beyond the line of scrimmage, so it's going to make it 1st and about 18 now for the Golden Tigers from the 37-yard line. And again, like you said, just the momentum that zaps out of you after a nice first down pickup, you know, could be crucial here. All right, so again, Duramus has 3 wide receivers, 2 backs in the backfield. Play action fake, he drops back, he's looking, now starts to scramble, rolls to his right, pitches it forward to Gant. And Gant's going to be hit, but not before he gains about 10 yards. Going to make it 2nd now and about 5. So nice recovery there after the penalty. Going to give them a very manageable 2nd down here, almost to midfield.
Everyone was rolling out. They were in pursuit of the quarterback. It didn't look like anyone at that particular time had their footing up under him, and the quarterback made a little heady play and just got it ahead of him to his running back, so he can do a little something with him, because they were getting real close to the sideline.
All right, so again, 2nd and 5 now for the Golden Tigers. Duramus gets the snap. Little play action fake, now throws. He's got a man in the middle. He's got a step, but hung it up and almost picked off there. Number 12 for the Marauders. That is Kajamis Sanders, and he had a chance to make a play on the ball, but again, intended for number 1. That is, of course, Ramsey, but again, just couldn't quite connect. But Ramsey had a step, and a throw by Duramus on the money might have been 6 right there. So kind of a break there for the Marauders, and kind of what could have been for the Golden Tigers here. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Again, very close to midfield.
I think Ramsey took his eye off of that.
A swing into the flat. Gant catches it, turns the corner. He's going to have a first down, but we've got another flag there, AD.
This is going to be 2 penalties, both on this drive on Petway. He's out there. He's trying to block for his guys. He's trying to stalk block, but he's taking it a little too far. He's trying to rough the guys up, and he's getting caught. That's the second time on this drive that he's been caught. Cost his team 10 yards.
Yeah, that's right. I think that might have been a block below the waist out there, and they're going to wave it off, AD. So there you go. So no penalty on the play apparently after some discussion. So that's going to be a first down for the Golden Tigers, and going to cross midfield and get them into the plus side of the field here into Central State territory.
One of the refs or somebody, one of the refs got influenced by the sideline, probably because they waved that thing off after a brief discussion.
That's right. So again, 1st and 10 now from the 43-yard line.
Here's a play. Duramus calls all of them. Realigns his offense.
Duramus ready for the snap. There's a snap and the give.
Again, goes up the middle. He'll get it to the 40.
And maybe a gain of about 4 yards right up the middle. Nice little gain by Gant. Finally brought down by Xavier Johnson, but again, not before Gant's able to pick up about 4 yards and give another manageable 2nd and 6 here for the Golden Tigers. Right from the 40-yard line to the Marauders. So again, action just underway here. About 12 and a half minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Central State hosting the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee, and trailing here at home right now, 21-14. There's a snap. Duramus looks. A lot of time for Duramus. Finally has him in. He's got a step. He's wide open. And that's going to be a touchdown for the Golden Tigers. And I'll tell you, boy, Stephen Hodges was wide open right there. 3 or 4 steps behind the defender, and an easy touchdown for Hodges. He just makes the catch and walks into the end zone, basically. So, again, the Golden Tigers pick up this second half just like they ended the first with a nice touchdown, and that's going to make the lead now with 12:13 to go in the 3rd quarter, 27-14. But again, PAT still upcoming here by Arnis Huxick. So, again, trying to push it down to a 2-touchdown lead.
The key to that play, Duramus had all day to deliver that pass. He had all the time in the world to let that develop. The receiver ran a double route, got up the sideline, and was wide open.
Yeah, you're exactly right. You have to put that on the D line. You can't expect any secondary to cover for that amount of time, and the Golden Tigers just took advantage of that. And you're right, Duramus had a lot of time and let it develop and found the man he needed. And that equaled a touchdown. So, again, 12:13 to go. 28-14. Golden Tigers. And, again, big matchup here in the SIAC Western Division. The Golden Tigers currently in first place and, of course, wanting to host that home game here coming up to end the season, the SIAC championship game. And, of course, the Marauders obviously would like to do the same, but Tuskegee is in the driver's seat and looking to maintain that position. So Hall set to kick off. Again, Saffold, and it's a very short kick, and I believe he may have caught that out of bounds. Or did he catch it and step out?
I saw a rule that I never knew in an NFL game last Sunday. The return man stepped out of bounds all the way, both feet out of bounds, and he caught the ball out of bounds, and they still threw the flag because they considered that out of bounds. I don't know if that's a college rule, but it looked like he should have let that go so they can get that flag and get the ball up on the 40-yard line.
No, I think it would have to be. I mean, if you make a catch with 1 foot out of bounds, you're out of bounds. So that would be the same thing, I would think. So either way, it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 25 for the Marauders. Marauders come out in an I formation. Meadows at fullback and Saffold at the tailback. Mays hands off to Saffold. Little isolation play up the middle, and Saffold keeps his feet moving and moves the pile forward. They're going to be spotted after about a 5-yard gain. So that's going to make it 2nd and 5. Nice first down run by the Marauders and Terrell Saffold.
It looks like they want to get back to what they do real good, and that's get the ball to number 23, Mr. Saffold.
That's right. There's a snap to give this to Saffolder. He takes it around the left edge, makes a nice spin move there to break a tackle, and he's going to be up past the 40-yard line for another Marauder first down.
They gave it to Saffold again. He gets to the edge, almost gets tackled out there, hit the B button real fast, nice little spin, gets the first down.
Yeah, that's right. A great spin move there by Saffold. So 1st and 10 now from the 41-yard line. The handoff to Saffold again. Saffold puts his head down, runs up the middle, and that's going to be a gain of 4. So another positive first down run for the Marauders.
They must have talked about it in the locker room. Some of the coaches must have came to Coach Pearl and said, hey, we got to get number 23 the ball. We got to get it in his hands, and we've got a good dose of Saffold right here, the first couple plays of their drive right here in the second half.
That's right. Marauders trying to establish the run. Now they're going to throw it on 2nd down. Oh, and Mays rolls out and intended for number 88. It looks like we're going to have pass interference there. And that is the call. Again, interference on Nico McMillan. Intended for number 88. And, of course, that is Bobby Gist. But, again, Gist has him hanging on his back and can't make the play. But, again, the flag is thrown. So, pass interference will be the call. And that'll move the sticks.
And sometimes the receivers, even when you get contact before the ball gets there, try to concentrate on that catch, because that was a 30-yard pass. You're only going to get 15 for the penalty. If you make that catch, go ahead and tackle on that other 15, and you get those stats in the box score.
That's right. You know, and you want to tell that DB, if you're going to interfere him, you might as well grab his arms and not let him have a chance to make the catch.
Definitely.
And Gist did have a shot at it. So it's going to be 1st down now from the 40-yard line of the Golden Tigers. So Central State moving, and now we're going to have false start there. Gist got an early jump there from a slot position. That's going to back it up 5 yards. So going to make it 1st and 15 now from the 45-yard line of Tuskegee.
He dapped the quarterback up, told him my fault. He thought it was on 1, must have been on 2.
That's right. Maybe Mays gave him a hard count there. So there's a snap. They give it to Saffold. No, the fake. Mays keeps it. Kind of a zone read look. Mays hit hard. Gets back up to the original line of scrimmage, and I'll tell you, I think Mays' helmet came off, and that's unfortunate in college. He's going to have to come out for a play. So let's see what Central State decides to do now with 2nd and 10 now.
I think Coach Pearl is going to take a timeout so that his quarterback does not have to come out the game. That's exactly what he's going to do.
Yeah, you're right. Good call, AD, there. So, again, rather than have to worry about a backup situation or run a wildcat or something they're not ready to do at this juncture, they just take a timeout and get Mays buckled back up and ready for action here.
We always had one of those plays. When I was coaching, we always had one of those plays dialed up just in case that happens. If the quarterback has to come out because of his helmet, what play are we going to run? We already had it called, already practiced it at practice, something that the defense would not be able to key on, or like take our running back and just put him back at the wildcat position. We tried to draw up a couple of crazy plays for those situations, and practiced them real well. So as soon as that happened, we know to go ahead and just line up, and we're going to run that play that we practiced all week.
Yep, that's good coaching, son. So, again, Central State now, after the timeout, is going to face a 2nd and 10 from the Tuskegee 40-yard line. And, again, Mays stays in the game. We got a double tight look now. There's the snap. And the give is to Saffold. Saffold breaks through. And he's get through the second level, and he's going to get all the way down close to the 10-yard line. Big run by Terrell Saffold there.
First down.
You get 4 yards, you get 6 yards, you get 11 yards. Boom, 35 yards right there. If you stay with the running game and stay with Mr. Saffold, he'll break one big for you.
That's right. Again, the Marauders really establishing the run here in the second half. Give to Saffold again over the left tackle, and Saffold falls forward again. Going to be a nice gain of about 8 or 9 yards. Going to bring up 2nd and 1 now from about the 9-yard line. So, again, the opportunity to pick up a first down here without scoring could bring up a nice goal-to-go situation for the Marauders if they don't get it. So they give to Saffold again. Look like the same play. And similar result. Saffold falls forward for a few yards, picks up the first down. So now we're looking at a goal-to-go situation from about the 2-yard line.
And he got it all the way down there. He got the first down. Hey, coach, give me one more shot so I can get it in. I got it all the way down here. Give me one more shot. I'm going to try to get in. I know you think I'm tired, but give me one more shot. Let me go ahead and get it on in.
But they don't do it. They go ahead and bring in Lanier here. And Lanier now the tailback, and the give is going to be to Lanier. Lanier chopped down but falls forward, and he's going to be marked just short. And I'll tell you, AD, I don't know how he didn't get in right there.
It looked like the ref was going to run in and give the signal, because it looked like the ball did cross over, and before he came out the game, Saffold, that's what I was saying, he should lobby for that at the sideline, and he didn't get in the last play. I would have been lobbying for it right there.
Why not in?
But the quarterback said, "Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and take all the doubt up out, push me on in, 1-yard run for Trent Mays."
That's right. Mays cleans it up, and so again, that gets the Marauders a little bit closer here now with 9:08 to go in the third quarter. Pinning the PAT, your score, Tuskegee 28, Central State 20. But again, we've got Trevor Teal in to attempt a point after. High snap. Holder gets it down. Teal gets it up, and it's no good. But I'll tell you, bad mechanics right there equals a poor attempt there. Mays did a nice job getting it down, but just couldn't adjust to the high snap. And Teal pushes it wide. Didn't get much of it. So, again, with 9:08 to go here in the third quarter, your score, Central State 20, Tuskegee 28.
On that drive right there, Central State seemed to get back to their identity, and that is Mr. Saffold. They gave him the ball very often, and they found themselves in an excellent drive, capped off by a 1-yard QB sneak by Mays. Let's see if the defense can match the offense's intensity right here and get a stop so they can go ahead and try to tie this game back up.
Yeah, that's right. You know, the Marauders do need to get the ball back here, and if you're Tuskegee, you just want to calm everything down, have a nice drive here, and punch another one in here and push that lead back to 2 touchdowns. Again, let's see what happens here as Teal is set to kick off now for the Marauders. Again, deep for the Golden Tigers, we have number 10, Ladero Petway, and number 11, Burdette. It's going to be Burdette. He fields it on about the 16-yard line. Gets up the field. He's got a crease. And I'll tell you, finally, Teal comes over and knocks him out of bounds. But Burdette with a nice return there past midfield. And that's where the Tigers will take over, 1st and 10 from the Central State 44-yard line.
It's always an excellent thing when you can start your drive in the opponent's territory. That's a nice return right there, set up by some great blocks by the, especially by the return team, and they're going to start their drive on the Marauders' 44-yard line.
All right, so again, like we talked about, Ahmad Daramus is going to look to extend this lead back to 2 scores. And Daramus is going to have 3 receivers. And it's going to be a run over the left side. And that was Burdett right there on the carry. Burdett falls forward and brought down by Kalen Abrams, but again, not before he can pick up about 3 yards and bring up a 2nd and 7 now for the Golden Tigers.
Abrams, he's been plugging up that middle a lot. He's already up to 8 tackles right now in this game.
Good afternoon so far for Kalen Abrams. All right, so Petway in motion now. There's the snap. Daramus throws in the left flat, and that is Burdett again. Oh, Burdett fumbles the ball, but goes out of bounds, but he's like, not sure what the call was there. I think they might have ruled his progress stopped.
Well, he
If the
fumbled.
clock is still rolling, yeah, but they ruled the clock was should still be going. So if he fumbled it out of bounds, the clock should have stopped.
Definitely should have.
So
I guess since it wasn't a clear recovery by anyone, they just kept it going because he was in bounds, I guess.
yep. Either way, Golden Tigers football, 2nd and 5 now. Under 8 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. There's the snap. Daramus looks to the right side, fires, and intended for number 2.
Pass is incomplete.
Intended for Cheatham, but again, way too low, and Cheatham tried to trap it, but couldn't do that for the catch. So, going to bring up 4th down now, and it appears the Golden Tigers are going to punt. And on comes the big punter, number 99, Dalton Hall. And deep for the Marauders is going to be number 12, Kajamis Sanders.
It's a nice stop for the Marauders. Let's see if that stop right there give them a confidence boost and get another good drive in here.
That's right. Sanders signals the fair catch, but the ball hits and rolls into the end zone, and that's going to be a touchback. So good result for the Marauders. They're going to start 1st and 10. And there's 7:26 to go here in the 3rd. And again, Tuskegee leads 28-20. And again, just like we mentioned earlier in the game, we want to talk a little bit about the SIAC and a lot of the good things going on. Of course, like we talked about, the race to Rock Hill has already begun, and they'll be finishing up the cross-country season there at Rock Hill, South Carolina on November 2nd. All right, so the Marauders come out 1st and 10, and they give it to Saffold around the left edge. And nice job there by the Golden Tiger D-line there to plug the gaps and kind of set the edge there and not give Saffold a chance to turn that corner. And they'll give him maybe a yard, but again, not much now as that brings up 2nd and 9 for the Marauders from their own 21-yard line. There's a snap. Mays gives to Saffold again, this time around the right edge. Saffold keeps trying to hit the edge, but again, nice job by the Golden Tigers there to string that out. Number 42 for Tuskegee on the tackle. And, of course, 42, that is Ricky Norris, again, from his end spot, just setting the edge there and, not letting Saffold get around the end.
The Marauders on the last drive, they were real successful going in between the tackles straight downhill. And they tried to go outside these last couple of times. They haven't been real successful.
Yeah, that's right. It seems like the straight-ahead running game downhill is what's working right now. So 5-wide look for Mays. Mays gets it. Looks to the left and comes back to the right to Greenhow. He's got Greenhow complete. And that's going to be good for a 1st down. Greenhow up to the 45-yard line. So, again, Central State moves those chains and keeps things going in a positive direction as they're almost to midfield with just about 6 minutes to go now here in the 3rd quarter.
If Mays could see what we saw, I know us quarterbacks, we can't see everything down there. He had number 88 running scot-free.
I guarantee somebody else up here saw that. So,
yes, sir.
We may see that same play again, and we got a similar formation here This time it is going to be the Greenhow again. Side, and boy, Mays just dropped that in there. Beautiful throw there to Greenhow. Drugged down by number 23 from Tuskegee, and I'll tell you, number 23, that is Kobe Jackson, and Kobe had great coverage there, but just a great throw by Mays.
Excellent throw and an even better catch. One-handed, because the DB hold him a left hand, I'm going to catch it with my right hand. Go on here first down. Had a little words for him after the catch as well.
All right, so empty backfield for Mays here. Mays looks, he's going to come back to the right side again, and Greenhow had a step, but again, Mays overthrows him, and it falls harmlessly incomplete. So going to bring up 2nd and 10 now from the 35-yard line of the Golden Tigers.
That was a little savvy play by Kobe Jackson. He tugged on the jersey a little bit to slow up his momentum, but, you know, the ref didn't catch that. A little savvy play by the youngster out there on the corner.
All right, just not enough to draw the flag, obviously. So there's a snap to give to Saffold this time. They pull some linemen around the left side, and, Saffold held up and cleaned up there by number 13 from Tuskegee, but again, not before he picks up about 7 yards, and that was Callie James, it looked like, with a big hit there. But again, not until a nice gain, and Saffold this time right up the middle, breaks the tackle, stays on his feet. He's going to get down all the way inside the 10-yard line, finally knocked down at the 5, but Saffold showing his balance there, and really nice run up the middle there, AD.
They got holes going straight downhill. The running has been excellent for the Marauders, going right downhill in between the tackles, and now they're trying to hurry up right now, going with the NASCAR right here on the offense.
Okay, so Saffold this time around the left edge. They do pull men out there, but again, just not much room on the edge. They get about a yard. That's going to be it. Going to make it 2nd and goal from about the 3.5, 4-yard line.
Saffold looked like he waved off the sideline this time. He said, hey, I got us down here. Go ahead and reward me, big fella.
That's right. And then by sweeping in and grabbing his touchdown. So they bring Metters in to the fullback spot. Looks like, okay, now we are going to have a shotgun look. So Metters and Saffold on each side of Mays now. There's a snap to give is to Saffold again. Runs behind the fullback, but hit in the backfield again. And so just like we talked about, AD, the downhill running seems to be hitting, but trying to get to the edge just is not working in this half so far for the Marauders.
It looked like the fullback was kind of happy because they looked like they were going to line up in the eye and he was going to get the bang with somebody. Nope, they went split back and tried to get up outside again, and it hasn't been successful for them on this drive, or especially in the second half. That straight downhill has been what's been going for him.
All right, so Mays rolls out to his right. He's got him in, and touchdown. All right, so that was Greenhow, and Greenhow caught it about the 1 and 2, and then got hit and was able to reach out across, though, and good for the touchdown. So, again, gets the Marauders back in it here. And, AD, you go for 2 in this situation?
We got 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Well, my kicker did just miss the last extra point. So guess what? Hey, yeah, let's go ahead and go for 2.
And just like that, Coach Pearl trots out Trevor Teal. So with 3:08 to go here in the quarter, 28-26. Again, trying to pull within 1 here. There's a snap. Better snap this time. Teal's kick is up, but he missed it again. Pushed it this time again. So again, 3:08 to go here in the third quarter, and 28-26, and Central State has missed 2 consecutive PATs. See, and now find themselves down by 2.
See, like I said, I keep going back to when I was coaching. When I was coaching, hey, my kicker, he just missed the extra point. Hey guys, we're going for 2. I know the little card that they have, the coaches have. I know it says go ahead and go for 1 because of the time that's on the clock and all of that. You're going to get another drive. You got to score again and all of that. I know all of that, but hey, that's 2 consecutive right there. Let's see what he does if they score.
Yeah, you're
again.
right. Although I tell you, play devil's advocate there. I think you want to get, try to keep Trevor Teal's spirits up. You know what I mean? And keep his confidence up. So you want to give him a chance to make a chip shot there, but. Unfortunately, results were the same. So, again, either way, it turns out The Marauders are still down by 2. So again, Tuskegee holding on to a 2-point lead here, 28-26 with 3:08 to go here in the third quarter.
I know if I'm Trent Mays, I'm gonna be standing up out there after the next touchdown. I'm gonna try to get the coach. Hey, look, coach, let's go for 2.
That's right. Just won't come off. All right, so Teal set to kick. And it's going to be fielded by number 10. And again, that is Petway. Petway makes a nice move, gets to the middle of the field, and he's going to be tackled at about the 44-yard line, but we've got another special teams flag, AD.
There's that rotator cuff right there. That ref right there, he threw that about 30 yards right
that
there.
Was a long throw, no doubt about it.
Very long throw, and there is another special teams penalty flag that's going to have good field position go to bad field position for the Golden Tigers.
Return to return. Holding. Receiving team, number 42. 10-yard penalty on foul. First down.
Okay, so there you go. Holding the call against the Golden Tigers, and that's going to back them up, just like you said, AD, and take decent field position and turning into not so decent field position. This is going to be 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Again, with just under 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. And I'll tell you, we've seen a great competitive football game here today, AD.
Excellent football game. Through 3 quarters. Let's see if this fourth quarter is going to live up to what the first 3 had to go.
That's right. Dramis brings them out there in the I formation, hands it off, and again, I believe, is that Justice Owens back in the ball game? It looks like it is. So that's good news for this Golden Tiger offense. We saw him do a lot of things in the first half before he left with an injury. So Justice Owens returning to the game could be a good sign here for the Golden Tigers.
Definitely is a good sign. That's their MTC move to change guy. It looks like he has a new spat on that left ankle. So hopefully all is good, and he can continue the game and continue his production for the Golden Knights this afternoon.
That's a pretty clean tape job, isn't it? So, 2nd and 8 now for the Golden Tigers. Dramis gets the snap, fakes it, has to back up, throws on his back foot, and and I'll tell you, thrown at number 1, but Marquez thrown to number 1, Peyton Ramsey, but Ramsey was not able to haul it in there. And just bounced off his chest, and I'll tell you, Ramsey going to be very disappointed with himself after that.
Definitely upset. 2nd down play, he got almost to the sticks. It would have been probably could have got the first down, but bobbled it. Couldn't get it in on the second effort. He looked at his hands all the way back to the huddle.
Yeah, I bet he did. So 3rd and long now for the Golden Tigers. Dramis gets the snap. He's under pressure. Now steps forward. Hit from behind. Ball came out. Ruled a fumble. Central State falls on it. And it's going to be Marauder ball on the 35-yard line. And again, looked like it was number 18. Lamont Montgomery fell on it. And that's a big play for the Marauders here. As I believe that's the first turnover of the second half, AD. Couldn't come at a better time for the Marauders, or maybe a worse time for the Golden Tigers.
And that is both, Chuck. It's both. It's the worst time for the Golden Tigers and an excellent time for the Marauders. It sends a boost to the offensive side. The defense goes over. I don't know if they have a turnover chain, but they might be looking for it up over there.
That's right. The ball to the chain or something.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Even the mink.
That's right. So 1st and 10, empty backfield for Mays. Mays gets a snap, fires, and throws a one-hopper into the flat, intended for number 35 for the Marauders, and that is, of course, that is Blake McEwen, but again, well short there for McEwen.
It looked like Mays was trying to tell him, you were supposed to take that up the sideline. It might have been the wheel route. He was expecting him to turn up the sideline, and he saw that he stopped, and that's probably what caused the little low throw. Right. Yes, sir.
All right, so again, the give this time is to, looks like that's McEwen in the backfield, and it is, and McEwen hit hard, falls forward, picks up about 2 yards, going to make it now 3rd and 8 for the Marauders, and again, Central State wants to avoid a quick 3 and out here. They need to convert this 3rd and long.
big left guard was leading the way right there. Number 73, Genesis Hartley. He was out there. He might need some syrup because he definitely got a pancake on that one.
All right. So again, 3rd and long here for the Marauders. There's a snap. Mays looks, fires the Greenhow, and Greenhow just let the ball come in on him and just couldn't hang on to it. You know, I have no idea if he didn't. Like I said, the ball kind of rolled up his arms there and just rolled out harmlessly on the ground. So big 3rd down play goes for naught, and it's going to bring up a 4th and long situation. And Coach Pearl leaves his offense on the field in this situation with 1:18 to go here in the 3rd. Already in decent field position, but again, they're going to call a timeout and talk about it. So obviously not confident, and bringing in Trevor Teal for a field goal attempt here would be about a 50-yarder. So, but again, you don't want to punt in this situation either. So, going to call a timeout and get their best play. So we'll take a brief break and come right back with a 4th down play. All right, so after that brief message by the SIAC, we're back to all the action here from Wilberforce on the campus of Central State University. And again, big 4th down here play for Central State as they convert here, trailing by 2. Mays gets the snap. Now he rolls to his right, looking, steps. He's got Greenhow open, complete. Greenhow catches it about the 12, works his way to the end zone. That's going to be a Central State touchdown. So Central State now regains the lead, 32-28. So nice play by Mays there on 3rd down to work and keep working, and good job by Greenhow to get himself open. And again, another connection there for a nice touchdown.
Nice catch, nice speed. It was a race to the pylon, and he won.
All right, so Teal back in. PATs have been an adventure as of late. Let's see what happens this time. There's a snap. The kick is down, and Teal this time bangs it through. So with 1:07 to go here in the 3rd quarter, Trevor Teal pushes the lead to 33-28. So again, 5-point lead now for the Marauders. A lot of football left to go here, though, AD.
We learned that a couple of weeks ago when we were at doing the game before, and we thought that it was over, but they left a little bit too much time on the clock. But we still have a whole 4th quarter to go, so we're in the barn burner right here.
Yeah, that's right. A lot of excitement here today. And if you're tuning into us on Flow Sports, you've caught a heck of a game. Just a reminder of some other SIAC action available on Flow Sports today. Miles is at Clark Atlanta, and Albany State's at Benedict. But again, if you're on this game, I don't know why you'd click off of it right now. Maybe wait till next week where you can catch Morehouse at Clark or Tuskegee at Miles, or again, join us again where these same Central State Marauders will host the Lane Dragons. But again, Central State set to kick off here. Teal with a kick. And it looks like it's going to be number 11, Burdett. And Burdett breaks a tackle, and he's able to get it up just across the 35-yard line. So that's where the Golden Tigers will take over 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line.
I know they're happy not to see any flags on this return right here, because it would turn okay field position into very, very bad field position. They're going to start on the 35, so that's where they've been the last couple of drives. Let's see if they can pick some up and get back up on the scoreboard so they can go ahead and get this lead back. They lost the lead that they had going up in the halftime.
Yeah, that's right. So, again, Duramus gets, fumble. Bad snap there. Duramus mishandles it, and I'll tell you, Justice Owens able to fall on it. So Owens is a hero again for the Golden Tigers, but I'll tell you, big loss there by the Golden Tigers. Going to bring up 2nd and about, we'll call it 2nd and 18. So, exactly what the Golden Tigers did not want right there. Gets them in a 2nd and very long situation here with time running out here in the 3rd quarter.
It didn't even look like that shotgun snap got off the ground. It looked like it rolled back.
All right, so better snap this time. Duramus throws it down the right sideline. Oh, and I'll tell you, almost a nice play. Number 2 there for Cheatham again with a nice adjustment there for the Golden Tigers, but just couldn't hang on to the football. And with 13 seconds to go here, that's going to bring up, again, a third and about 18 now for the Golden Tigers. And, AD, not a lot of plays in the playbook for 3rd and 18.
Not at all. And they are very lucky that they didn't get an offensive pass interference on that, because Cheatham, he kind of took the jersey to get back that inside leverage so he could even make an attempt on that pass. So they're lucky to be a third and 18.
All right, so Doremus gets the snap. This time throws to the left, and I'll tell you, looking for, looked like that was number 1, Ramsey, and AD, I'm not sure Ramsey was ready for that. He didn't look like he really got his head around in time, and falls harmlessly incomplete. So the Golden Tigers are going to be forced to punt here with 8 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, and again, definitely not the answer they wanted. Central State with all the momentum right now, and looking for a big return here out of number 12, Kajamis Sanders. Hall's kick. Sanders will field it at about his 30. Makes a man miss. Tries to get wide and drug down right there at about the 33-yard line. So that'll be the end of the 3rd quarter, and we'll take a quick break here, and we'll come back with all the 4th quarter action right after this.
At the end of 3 quarters, the score, Tuskegee 20.
Young men and women compete to be the best, where bands, cheerleaders, and countless others take part in the team experience. Celebrate the passion that only happens every fall. Join the game. Imagine life without football. No Friday night lights, no...
All right, so we are back at Wilberforce, home of Central State University. Again, watching this great battle, this matchup of 2 SIAC Western Division foes, the Central State Marauders hosting the Tuskegee Golden Tigers. And, of course, the SIAC, first founded in 1913, one of the oldest conferences in America. And, again, Tuskegee, one of the original members. So, a lot of long, proud football history with both these programs, obviously, AD. And, again, we're seeing a great battle here on display today. So, again,
a great battle with a lot on the line right here. This is the host, the western side of the
Mays looks downfield for Greenhow, and throws into double coverage, but Greenhow had a shot at it, but falls incomplete. So Mays looking for a big play there and just comes up a little bit short. Going to make it 2nd and 10 now from the 34-yard line.
Coach said change of possession. Okay, let's go ahead and try to put this out of reach right now. And they went with their guy, and they went up top, and they were just an arm's length away.
14:54 in the ball game. Central State 33.
All right, so there's a snap, and they give it to Rare Saffold, but he fumbles it. Just never really got the handoff, I don't think, AD, and able to scoop it back up, but it's going to go down as a loss of about 2. So that's going to make it 3rd and 12 now after the incompletion and the bobbled handoff there. So, Central State right now going in the wrong direction.
Sappho was trying to make a move before he even got the ball. That's how good a vision that he has. He was trying to make a move on the guy before he even had the ball, and that's what caused the ball to get down up on the ground.
He's got so many moves, he juked himself right there. So, 3rd and long now for the Marauders.
Reset, 45.
3rd and long.
See what he gonna do.
Hey, he sets up his offense.
So Mays with the snap now, drops back, looks to his right, now rolls that way, and finds Saffold in the flat. Saffold, almost breaks the tackle, but drugged down there by number 14 of the Golden Tigers, and that is Nico McMillan with a nice wrap up there. So, McMillan there forces the 4th down, and the Marauders are going to be forced to punt the ball away here. So, Again, Isaiah Smith trots back onto the field and set to kick away to Ladero Petway.
Is this going to be the same thing that we had in the first half, scoring in the first quarter, and then defensive battle in the second quarter? Let's see if they can pick it up here in this fourth.
That's right. So Petway standing on his own 25-yard line. Smith with a kick, end-over-end kick. Goes over Petway's head. Petway lets it bounce, takes a Marauder bounce all the way down inside the 10-yard line to about the 8, and that's where the Marauders will down it, and that's where the Golden Tigers will take over, 1st and 10, trailing by 5 here in the fourth quarter, 13:31 left in today's game.
That's when you got to go ahead and fair catch and keep those extra yards, that roll-off yardage off of your offensive team. Make that fair catch. That's a extra 20 yards that it rolled back.
Yeah, you're right. You know, those are those missing yards in the stat sheet people always talk about, and it won't show up. But you're right. Should have been a 20-point or 20-yard swing the other way, but instead the Golden Tigers find themselves in the shadow of their own end zone here. And nice little runner on the right edge. And that looked to be number 7, Kenny Gant. And Gant with a nice run on first down and, able to really hit that edge and get a nice gain. Gets it all the way out to the 25-yard line. So, AD, I guess if you'd have fair caught it, this is about where they'd have been anyway. So.
Started right here, but hey, he said, I got his back. Let me go ahead and get his back where we should have been.
That's right. So 1st and 10 now from the 25. There's a snap. Doremus hands it off to Gant again. This time they tried the left side, and Gant swarmed under by that Central State D line. Just not a lot of room to run on the left side this time. A lot different result. He's going to get maybe a yard. Going to make it now 2nd and 9 from about the 26-yard line of the Golden Tigers.
Defense is looking to be real stout right here. They want to hold them from getting any type of good field position so they can get the offense ball back and run some more time off this clock.
All right, Doremus throws into the right flat, and it's complete. Let's see who that was. That looked to be number 2. And, of course, that is Cheatham. Cheatham, one of the leading receivers for the Golden Tigers, with another grab there. And so 3rd and 5 now for the Golden Tigers. Low snap. He's able to scoop it up. Finds Cheatham again, this time on the right side. That's going to be good for a first down up past the 40-yard line. He's finally drugged down at about the 42. That's where the Golden Tigers will have it, 1st and 10, as they keep the drive moving.
On 3rd and 5, and you're as a quarterback, you have a pre-snap read, and it's 3rd and 5, and you see the defender, he's playing 7-8 yards back. You know he's going to backpedal a little bit. I got that little 6-yard hitch route right there for the first down.
That's
real easy.
You're right. Doremus recognizes that early and just takes advantage of that. So, again, similar formation. Doremus pumps. Now looks, throws the ball down the right sideline. Throws it up the air for Cheatham, and it's complete. Referees confer, and they say, yes, it is a catch. So Cheatham with a big catch all the way down to the Central State 29-yard line.
Now, there's 2 referees down there, and they are real closer than me. But from up right here, it looked like his right foot was all the way out of bounds when he made that catch. But, hey, they're down on the field. We're up here. First down, good concentration, good catch. First down for the Golden Tigers.
All right, so again, first down now. Clock continues to roll, under 11 minutes now. Bad snap, but handled. Flips it to Gant around the right edge, and again, Gant with another big gain around that right side. Gets it all the way down inside the 10-yard line to about the 8, and now it's going to be 1st and goal, Golden Tigers.
You got a couple linemen up over there like they are responsible for that big gain up over there, number 70, big number 70, Lowell Richardson. He said, "Coach, come on to my side. We eating right here. Come right behind me." And that's the right tackle right there, and they just gained a big chunk of yards to get down in the red zone.
So there's a snap, the pitch again to Gant. Gant tries to hit that right edge where he's been so successful, and he does again.
But I
be
think
good for a touchdown, but yeah, we got a flag, AD. Could be coming back.
I want to say that it's an illegal formation. They had too many guys in the backfield. But we'll see.
All right, so
Did a good job turning that corner.
let's see again. So, yeah, you're right, illegal formation. So it's going to back him up. So, again, another nice run by Kenny Gant. Will go for naught here. And it's going to back the Golden Tigers up here with 9:52 to go. And here in the fourth quarter again, trailing by 5.
Anytime you get a penalty and it moves you out of a end goal position and you're outside the 10, that's bad right there. Now we got first and goal from the 13.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly the place they don't want to be. So let's see what these Tuskegee Golden Tigers can come up with here on this
9:52 in the contest.
big play here.
Golden Tigers knocking at the door. Ball is inside of the.
So again, yeah, all the way back to the 14-yard line now.
Here's the play.
There's the snap. The toss again to the right side. Central State plays it a lot better this time. He gets back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard. That's going to be about it. Again, chopped down there by number 29, Maurice Young. And again, stopped for a close to, I'd say, no gain on that one. And make it second and goal from the 14 now.
They might have went to the well one too many times. That's the fourth time in a row that they've run that play. And big number 70, he had to come out the game because his helmet came off Lowell Richardson, but they hurried up and got him right back up in there.
Yeah, see, he's back in there at his right tackle spot. All right, so there's the snap. He throws, looking for Cheatham. Oh, and just knocked away, incomplete. Number 10, Christopher Lewis on the coverage, and it looked like he just batted the ball away there, AD.
That was good defense. He actually got his head around, and then his arms followed, and he broke that pass up before he can even get his hands on it. Excellent defense right there by Lewis.
That's right, Lewis, a sophomore out of Flint, Michigan, with a nice play there. So it's going to bring up a third down now, and again, looked like Cheatham had a touchdown, but denied there by this Marauders secondary.
Here's a possession down situation.
They might go with this toss to the left-hand side.
Ramus follows. He's got a man complete. That's going to be a touchdown, and it is number 1, Peyton Ramsey, with a touchdown.
Tuskegee strikes again. Takes the lead in the contest.
Okay, check that. It may have been Cheatham there on the touchdown. So,
It's definitely not over.
all right. So
They take the 1-point lead right here.
34-33 now, and they are going to go for one here. And interesting decision to go for one here.
Here's Arns in to do the PAT. He's perfect.
And Tuskegee's going to call a timeout and think about it here. I think they might want to go up by a field goal here. So we're going to take a real quick break and come back with the 2-point play. All right, so just as we suspected, after the timeout, the Golden Tigers are going to go for 2 here. And it looks like it's going to be Justice Owens up the middle. Justice keeps his legs driving, and it's going to be really close, and they do. They signal 2-point conversion. So with that, the Golden Tigers now push their lead to 3, as they're now going to be up with 8:59 to go in the game, 36-33. So, big 2-point play right there, AD, but also those 2 missed PATs for the Marauders could come back to haunt them right here.
Yes, sir. And one of those could have been a 2-point conversion play, so this game could easily be knotted up But that's what brings the intrigue right here. We got 9 minutes to go in the game, and let's see if Central State can go ahead on this teeter-totter and go ahead and go back up on the lead.
Yeah, that's right. Interesting thing, Trevor Teal may get a chance to have an opportunity to kick a game-tying field goal here, too. So you just never know. A lot of football left here to go with 8:59 to go in the fourth quarter. And Tuskegee here set to kick off after that go-ahead touchdown and two-point conversion.
And Coach Pearl would rather have 6 than that field goal, so that they're looking to score a touchdown right here coming down the field.
Oh, I guarantee it. All right, so Hall set to kick off. And it's going to be fielded by Saffold at about the 20. And not a lot of room to run there. Saffold gets it up close to the 30-yard line, about the 28 or 29-yard line it looks like. And that's where the Marauders will take over, 1st and 10, with 8:53 to go here in the fourth quarter, trailing by 3.
That's what kind of plays you need in the fourth quarter. Well, it's going to be a defensive battle now. Golden Tigers going to have to.
And again, the Tuskegee defense going to try to stiffen up here. Again, Tuskegee defense was really tough last week in their shutout win. They've given up some points here today, but have played tough. Let's see what can happen here. So Saffold with a handoff over right tackle, and again, like we talked about, the downhill run seems to work, but hitting the edges hasn't done really much for the Marauders in this half. And again, big Christopher Faulkner with a stop there for the Golden Tigers. Going to be just a gain of 2.
Every time they try to go outside, it seems like this 2-yard gain or less than that. They go between them tackles. So definitely more than that.
Mays drops back. He's looking for Saffold. Saffold's got it. He breaks through. And I'll tell you, there's a flag, AD, but this is going to be a touchdown.
Mama,
let's see what the flag is.
Mama, there goes that man. Number 23, Mr. Saffold. He got interfered on. Great concentration, stayed on the ball, caught it, went on for the touchdown. The flag's going to be on them. Go ahead and put that 6 on up the board for the Marauders.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I think one of the most impressive things about that catch, AD, was the fact that he was hit. Oh, and that's unfortunate right there. Saffold with a little shove there at one of the opponents, and he's going to pick up 15 right here. And well, you hate to see that because Central State really needs that young man. And if he were to get tossed, that would be a big loss for this Marauders offense.
Definitely would. His team, one of his teammates, they have to show some great leadership and pull that young man back and tell him we cannot afford that right now. They just better be glad that it was way after the touchdown and it's going to be assessed on the kickoff.
Right.
But that could lead to good field position for the Golden Tigers on their next drive.
Yeah, you're exactly right, AD. So again, let's wait for the referees to unfold all this. But I think what happened is we have a pass interference call that's going to be declined, and then we're going to have a touchdown, and then we're going to have a unsportsmanlike, maybe offsetting. We'll have to wait and see. But we know Saffold definitely did push, so we'll have to wait and see what the response was ruled by the officials. So and they're going to take a few seconds, obviously, to sort all this out, but. Again,
they're trying to calm coach. They're trying to calm coach down over here on the sideline. That's why all the refs were down here, and that's what they were doing. They were trying to explain to coach what was going on. So I think we got the call coming up right here.
There's multiple fouls on the play. The result of the play is a touchdown.
Okay, so it is a touchdown.
Touchdown. Holding defense number 12. That penalty is declined.
Okay.
After the play, dead ball. Unsportsmanlike conduct, defense, number 23. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff. That is number 23's first unsportsmanlike conduct of the game.
Okay, so they did not call it on Saffold. They called it on 23 of the defense. So I'd say all in all, that couldn't have worked out any better for the Marauders, AD.
Definitely couldn't have worked out any better. We all thought that it was going to be the first guy that we saw on the retaliator. He must have been the retaliator, because they said that they got the flag on the Golden Tigers. So that is a big break for the Marauders, and they're going to get the kick off 15 yards further, so they can get a touchback and have them start on the 25.
Yeah, when Mr. Roger Teal just drills this one into the end zone. Okay, so PAT here. Again, to push the lead to 4. There's a snap. The kick is up. And Teal seems to have shaken whatever jitters he had before, because he nails that one through. And again, that pushes the lead to 4 now as the Central State Marauders lead the Tuskegee Golden Tigers 40-36 with 8:09 left to play here.
And another big point, they're going to get the kickoff from the 50-yard line or somewhere. They get 15 yards tacked on this kickoff, so they get a good chance of pinning them deep for their starting drive.
That's exactly right. And again, 8:09 to go. And what else can we see in these last 8 minutes, AD? We've already seen a lot of different things here today.
It's a lot of time left on the clock, and I'm pretty sure that we're going to see a couple more fireworks before it's 000 on that clock.
The last penalties will allow Central State to kick the ball off of midfield.
All right, so again, like you mentioned, AD, Central State will kick off from the 50, and should give Teal a good shot to get a touchback out of this. And let's see what happens. Again, deep for the Tuskegee Golden Tigers are number 10, Ladero Petway, and number 11, again, that is Marquez Burdett. And it's going to be Petway that's able to field it on about the 3. And he's going to be chopped down at about the 13 or 14-yard line. So pretty good result there for Central State. So 8:03 left to play.
We got one timeout left, right?
And again, 40-36, your score.
Yeah.
All right, Golden Tigers take over 1st and 10 from their 18-yard line. Trailing by 4, trying to get back in this game. Again, they have led most of the way, but it's been nip and tuck the whole way. There's the snap. Doremus throws. He's throwing down the right sideline. He has a step. Oh, and it falls incomplete. Again, intended for number 2, Cheatham, but falls incomplete. And I'll tell you, Cheatham had a step there, AD, but just couldn't quite haul it in. Looked like he had to adjust or slow down a little bit to make the catch, and that gave the defender a chance to get in and break that pass up.
Cheatham did have to slow down, and he was looking for a little help from the ref, but the ref, he was having trouble. The back judge was having trouble with his footing, so he didn't actually get to see if there was pass interference. And the side judge all the way over on the other side,
too far away.
Yeah, he was too far away.
Yeah, all right, so nice toss again. And it looks like, is that Gann again? And it is. Gann around the right edge. Well, we've said that a lot in the second half. And Gann with another positive gain out there around the right edge. Going to be short of a first down. We're leaving about we'll call it 3rd and 3 to go here.
That's a nice downhill run. The downhill run has been very effective for both sides of the ball today. Going straight downhill in between the tackles has been very profitable for both offenses.
Yeah, it is. You're right. Again, that quick toss lets Gann get the ball on the edge, but still run in a downhill manner where it's not like a stretch. So, and throw intended on the right side.
He could not handle that Clayton Kershaw fastball right there. That has some steam on it right there.
That's right. Looking for Ramsey on the right sideline, but it falls incomplete. So that's going to force a 4th down, and Hall's going to have to come in, and the Golden Tigers are going to have to punt. So, again, with about 7 minutes to go here in the game, Tuskegee, is going to have to punt it away, and again leave the Marauders with a chance to melt away some of this clock here and secure this victory here at home.
And it looks like that we had the home team clock operator thing going on right here. Let that thing run on the incomplete pass.
Yeah, well, the referees caught it. They're going to put about 7 or 8 seconds back on the clock, put it at about 7 minutes here. So, 7:07, so they put a little more on there. So, about 18 seconds I had it back on. So you're right, AD. The hometown clock not going to work today.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a Central State thing, and I own up to that. I own up to it.
Right, so all steps and kicks, and it's going to roll around and get touched down at about the 30. So that's where the Marauders will take over, 1st and 10. And again, 6:56. The Marauders up by 4 are going to, I imagine, AD, give us a heavy dose of Terrera Saffold and maybe a little bit of Metters and maybe even a little bit of Jerry Lanier here, and just try to work this clock and melt it away.
They definitely want to melt this clock away, and they definitely have to get it to number 23, Mr. Saffold, and if they don't, I'll be really, really surprised.
Yep, you and me both. So Saffold lines up in the pistol behind Mays. There's a snap to give it. No, it's a fake to Saffold. Little bootleg. Rolls to his right, complete to Metters. And he's going to get it up close to a first down, almost to the 40-yard line, complete to the 39, where Nico McMillan drags him down. But again, not before he gets very close to another Marauder first down.
Like we said earlier, a lot of good plays, a lot of good chunk yardage plays come when you use your main guy as the decoy, and that's what they did on that play. Play action, boot around, throw it to a guy we haven't used that much today, and they get 9 yards on first down.
All right, so 2nd and short here. There's a snap. This time the give is to Saffold and on the right edge, and he is going to have the first down. So, again, going to be first down. And things rolling here for the Marauders.
And Saffold is real lucky that the referees went ahead and kept the clock wound up, because it looked like they tackled him out of bounds, but they kept the clock rolling, and that's a good thing for the Central State offense.
Yeah, you're right, AD. I think it may be a situation where because he was tackled going forward, they rule that in bounds. Okay, so again, pistol formation, double tight end look. There's a snap. Mays, the stretch play to the left. Saffold looking for the edge. Oh, and he's hit and driven backwards. Forward progress stopped, and I'll tell you, big play right there. And it looked like it might have been Jamal Odom again on the play, and Odom with a big stop there.
That's a nice play. He came downhill real quick to get to the backfield so he can stop that play before it get matriculed late. But Saffold, he was trying to be real patient, Le'Veon Bell type patient, and I'm not talking about the back in the backfield patient. I'm talking about he ain't showed up yet patient.
Okay, all right. So again, they run up the middle by Lanier this time, and Lanier gets back to about the line of scrimmage, and that'll be it. So make it 2nd and 10, but more importantly, the clock continues to run. Now 4.5 minutes to go, and again, continuing to roll here, and the Golden Tigers, see their chances of coming back in this game starting to melt away a little bit.
This is going to be a big play right here on 3rd down. The Marauders, they want to keep this drive going. They're going to have to pick up 9 yards right here, and that play clock is down to 5 right now.
That's right. Continues to roll. There's the snap. Mays rolls to his right, looking. Oh, and it's going to fall incomplete. Intended for number 6. And, of course, that is Darius Ford. But, again, falls harmlessly incomplete. So they're going to be forced to punt. And that means Isaiah Smith will come back on the field. And, again, the Darrell Petway will look to make a play here on this kick return, and I'd be surprised if we see him let another one go this time, AD. I imagine he will field this kick.
Well, he's going to try to get something going here. There's 4 minutes left. He's going to try to give the offense as good a field position as he can.
There's this snap. Smith with a step kick, and it's a short kick, and going to go out of bounds just across midfield. So
Golden Tigers have 3 minutes and 55 seconds to make something.
I don't know what to say about that, AD, other than probably the worst possible result for the Marauders, other than a block that they could have expected. And that's going to give the Golden Tigers a great opportunity here. And again, Young just hit it wrong, and unfortunately, it's going to pay off really well here for the Golden Tigers. Not so well for the Marauders.
I know that this might not have anything to do with the game. I want to know how the referees know where to go when the ball goes out of bounds in the air like that. He ran 15 yards up the field and then just stopped at a certain spot. I never knew how they figured that thing out.
I'm not sure anybody knows. It's like the Tootsie Pop question. There's just no answer. So 1st and 10 from about the 47-yard line. And it's going to be Gant cuts it back to the middle. He's going to pick up about 4. And he does cross midfield, so it's going to now be 2nd and about 6 from the Central State 49-yard line. And again, the Golden Tigers here looking to put together a nice drive and, again, maybe eat this clock and, sneak out of here with a WAD.
They are galloping lightly right here in between the hashes right here just to get their footing right here. Let's see if they continue this running game right here on this. Oh.
And they do, and it's Gant again. Gant around the left edge. He picks up about 3. That's going to make it now 3rd and about 3. So big 3rd down coming up for the Golden Tigers. And a big 3rd down coming up here for the Central State Marauder defense.
The Golden Tigers are really lucky. I thought the referee was going to call a holding penalty on that. They had a guy on the ground, and one of the offensive linemen just jumped on him. The ref must have just talked to him, and he tapped him and said, "Hey, don't do that." But that should have been a flag right there. Lucky for the Tigers, it didn't.
He hands it off to Justice Owens. Owens looked to throw it, but there were 2 Marauders around. And Owens is able to get back to the line of scrimmage a little more, pick up about 2 yards, but that's going to leave him short of the 1st down. That's going to make it now 4th and about 2. And big 4th down here for the Golden Tigers.
They bought out the razzle-dazzle. They tried to get their guy who's been running the ball the whole game. They tried to get him to throw a pass downfield. And the Marauders are real lucky. It was a double move. Ramsey was on a double move down here. One of the DBs reached out and grabbed him and pulled his jersey over his shoulder pads, and he didn't get the flag on that.
Yeah, that would have been an automatic 1st down. So they give it to Justice. He said the line. Maybe I don't think he got it. By the spot, he is short.
And
the Central State crowd is loving it right now.
That is an excellent play. Right down there, coming down the line, number 15, Shamar Moss, got him in the backfield along with big 99, Christian Lassiter. They were not going for it, and now the Golden Tigers, they're going to have to use their 3 timeouts. The Golden Tigers, they're going to have to use all of their timeouts to keep Central State from eating up all the clock. All they have to do is get 1 1st down, and this game might be over.
That's right. So again, 1:40 to go. And again, Golden Tigers will be swiping at the ball, doing anything they can to try to create a turnover here. So Central State needs to be very careful here. 2 hands on the football.
And I know he is loving this, to go in the I formation, and let's just go straight downhill and give the ball to mama. There goes that man.
That's right. That's exactly what they do. Saffold off the left guard. He's going to gain about 4 yards. And again, Tuskegee takes a timeout, so that's going to leave 1:46 on the clock and make it 2nd and about 6, maybe 7 here. But again, crucial drive here.
Looks like they're just going to give him about 4 yards on their first play. But better than that is that the Golden Tigers have used one of their timeouts, and that's what Central State is looking for them to do. If they can get this first down and have them waste all of their timeouts, they can go ahead and get in victory formation, and Trent Mays can go ahead and get that right knee dirty, and go ahead and just kneel the ball down.
Yeah, that's right, and that's exactly what the Marauders are looking for. But again, like we talked about, Golden Tigers need a turnover here, need a big play, need something to happen here with 1:46 to go, find themselves trailing by 4. And again, big battle here in the SIAC Western Division. Again, you know those folks at Miles College are watching this game intensely right now. Of course, the winner of the Western Division will host the 2018 SIAC Championship game. And both these teams would love to have a shot at that. All right, so under center, Mays turns, hands off. That's Saffold again. Saffold hit immediately, driven backwards. He'll have forward progress to the line of scrimmage, but that'll be it. And so Tuskegee takes a timeout with 1:40 left. Tuskegee down to their final timeout. And it's going to be 3rd and about 6 for the Marauders.
This is a very big play right here. This is a huge play for the Marauder offense. You got 6 yards in between you and running the clock out. What play are we going to call? Let's go, guys. That we have to have great execution. That's what Coach Pearl is down there saying in the offensive huddle.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right, AD. On the other side of the field, they're talking about strip the ball right now. Strip the football. We've got to get the ball back, whatever you do. And again, if they get a tackle here for, no gain or, less than the first down, call a timeout, they're going to get the ball back.
Well, they're out of timeouts now, so the clock will still be on their side because that's a 25-second clock. Right. And if they did stop them, they'll probably have about 40 seconds to go, and that's more than enough time to get the ball down the field.
That's a chance. That's all they want right now. So they give to Saffold. Saffold hitting the backfield. Big play there by Tuskegee. Looks like it was Khalil Gray with a tackle for loss, and so that's going to bring up 4th down about 8. And so again, Central State in no hurry here to kick the football, though, obviously.
Not at all.
And in fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they let this go all the way down and maybe even take the penalty or call their own timeout with about 1 second to go on the play clock.
Khalil Gray has been everywhere for the Tuskegee defense. He went through 3 quarters with 13 tackles. I know he's had a couple of these last 15 minutes, so he's been everywhere. He's been a monster for their defense, and he's looking for their defensive Mama There Goes That Man award.
That's right. So again, Central State is going to call a timeout here with 55.4 seconds to go, and again, come back and they're going to punt the football away, but Tuskegee will get one more chance with the football here. The defense did what they asked them to do, so again, I don't know what more you could ask for than this. We've seen a great game here today, and again, for the 3rd consecutive time here, we're going to see another SIAC game come down to the final minutes here.
Oh man, a couple of weeks ago, we were blessed with the SIAC barn burner down in Kentucky State, and that went down to the last drive, and we're blessed again with another one. It's going down to the last drive. Let's see if the punter can pin them down here close to the goal line, and let's see what the Golden Tigers can do. See if they can march all the way back down the field and get in the end zone.
That's right, and I hate to be the reminder of bad things here, but Isaiah Smith did not have a very good punt last time for the Central State Marauders. So again, hopefully he can get a better kickoff for them, and of course, Daryl Petway is hoping exactly the opposite right here.
And it looks like they're going to come after it, too.
Yep, so Petway standing on about the 15. And they do come, and it was close. Petway slips as he moves over to field the football. Takes a Central State bounce. He's not going to have a chance to pick it up and play it. So it rolls around there. I don't know why they hurried down that so quick, but
they downed it real quick. They have a penalty on the floor on the field. The punter, he got ran into. I used to punt myself. That young man turned into Denzel Washington. That is a great acting job right there. He got what he wanted, and he got the flag from the ref, and that's a great acting job.
Yeah, he sold it all the way.
That's a great sales job.
Here's the question, AD. Is it going to be running into or roughing?
He doesn't care. It's more time that's running up off the clock.
That's true.
That's a 5-yard penalty. It's going to move him up closer. He'll be real lucky if he got the 15. He'll at least get the 5, and they'll get a chance to kick it again, and that's a little bit more time up off the
You're
clock.
exactly right. And it is going to be the 5-yard variety, so it is just running into. But you're right. They're going to get another chance to kick it, and a little more time is off that clock. So.
And see, the only bad thing about when you fake the injury on the punt, guess what? If you get to punt it again, you can't go out there because you just fake like you was.
Yeah, that's right.
You can't let them know that you was acting. You can't let them know.
All right, so again, it's going to be Trevor Teal this time to kick, and again, Teal normally the kicking specialist, and of course now he will be punting after the injury to Isaiah Smith. Of course, we can only hope that Isaiah Smith is okay after that injury, right?
Yes. he's getting water. They're squirting water in his mouth. It looks like he's all right up over here.
Let's hope so. So Petway deep now.
It looks like the gig is up.
And you know what? We're gonna have
I think the coach said, hey, we're going to decline that penalty, and just take it down
right there. Yeah, that's exactly what just happened. So
they don't want to take a chance of getting a snap over their head or another bad punt from a guy who just come in for his first punt. So that's a good call. Luckily, the refs let him go ahead and change that decision.
Yeah, that's pretty late. You're
got
right.
the ball down there inside the. It's on the 12. I wouldn't even have thought about that. I would have gone even with the great acting job.
Yep.
Let me go. It wasn't 15 yards. It's just 5. Oh, okay. Just go ahead, keep it down there.
Right.
We'll let them go 90 yards.
All right, so here go the Golden Tigers with their final chance here, 46.9 seconds to go, trailing by 4 with no timeouts. And again, here at Central State, they're going to try to maintain their lead in the SIAC Western Division.
Here's the play. Here's the range.
There's a snap. Duramus looks, and it's going to fall incomplete, harmlessly incomplete, tipped by number 18 for the Marauders. And of course, that is Lamont Montgomery. Montgomery's made a couple nice plays today, and that's another one. So it falls harmlessly incomplete, brings up 2nd and 10 now for the Golden Tigers. Again, 42.7 left on the clock, no timeouts.
Defensive end out there, Samar Moss, number 15. He was lobbying with the ref, like, hey, ref, hey, he almost tackled me right here, man. Hey, I'm almost got around that edge. Be looking out for that next time I need that holding penalty.
That's right. So Moss again around the edge. This time, and the receiver falls down. So the ball falls harmlessly incomplete. Central State with a shot at the turnover there, but falls incomplete. That's going to bring up 3rd down now for the Golden Tigers. Again, 38.3 seconds, no timeouts left. Golden Tigers running out of chances here.
And this is definitely 4-down territory that all they can do is try to get the first down and try to keep this drive alive. But you know the Marauders are definitely trying to stop that.
Yeah, that's right. So here's the snap. Duramus drops back. He looks. Now pressured, steps up, dumps it off. It's Justice Owens. Owens makes a move. Justice Owens keeps going. He's up almost to the 40-yard line. So big play there, AD here. The Golden Tigers are definitely not done. Clock stops on the first down with 27 seconds to go.
Now, we know he's hurt, but he was just running like he wasn't hurt, and then he limped back to he's going to take another play. He'll block for him.
That's right. So, and the throw is well short by Duramus there as he takes a shot. So that'll stop the clock. 19 seconds to go. And
we had a lot going on that play. One of the offensive linemen just reached out and pulled the jersey. One of the defensive linemen that passed him. No call on that. The quarterback got hit after the pass. it was a lot going on right there. We've got second down, and the Marauders look like they're backing up a little bit more in a little prevent style, cover two-style defense.
The prevent umbrella right here. There's the snap. Duramus looks. He steps up. He throws. Oh, and Cheatham had a shot at it. Just couldn't quite haul it in. Falls incomplete. So 11.8 seconds to go. And again, the Tuskegee Golden Tigers here will have another shot here.
Now, any of those long plays that they get down the field, the big fellas, the O-line, they're going to have to hurry up down the field because once the chains get set, that clock is going to start running, and they have to get up there so they can go ahead and clock the ball.
That's right, got to be set. So here's the snap. Duramus drops back, looks, throws, incomplete. So 7 seconds to go, fourth down. But again, more important than that, the clock is running out here. They're running out of opportunities here.
This is probably it right here. This is for the game right here. I don't think they have time enough to try to get the first down and get out of bounds and then chuck it from 50 yards. I think they're going to have to take their shot right here. No timeouts left. This is the game right here.
I agree with you. I think unless you got a ridiculously crazy outplay for 11 yards in 6 seconds, you might have 1 second left, but you're right. Not worth a shot here. Not worth a chance. So last play here, Duramus with a snap. Rolling, looks, steps, throws. The ball's in the air. It's up. There are two receivers there, and Central State knocks it down, and so that's the ball game. So
The game is over.
They got a couple players rolling through the mud. I remember those days, baby. A big victory, sliding in the mud on the sloppy days, and there's been a lot of talk going on between both teams and a lot of back and forth. We got some of the Tuskegee guys running off the field.
Yeah, that's right.
We have a good couple of guys showing good sportsmanship, and they are shaking hands, and I love to see that. I'm glad that all the guys weren't influenced by that, and they did come over and shake hands and show some type of sportsmanship. It was an excellent game. Excellent game, so no one should be hanging their heads. I know there's a lot on stake at stake today, and Central State, the Marauders, came out on top so they can go ahead and host the SIAC championship right here.
Well, hopefully, again, Miles College is going to have something to say about that.
A lot to say.
Well, we'll see. Again, big matchup at home. Central State will have Lane coming in, but again, we saw a great football game today, and boy, just this SIAC excitement this year has been tremendous. We've had some great games, some great finishes, and I'll tell you, really nice job by Central State, and I'll tell you, Tuskegee showed me a lot of things today too. They were, again, very impressive, didn't quit, and again, two really strong football teams here, two good programs.
Both teams. Resilient bunch. Both teams played all the way. They had to all the way to zeros on the clock. Great win for Central State right here on their field, and they get to avenge some of the trash talk that Tuskegee had going on in the mind games that they had going on before the game and during the game.
Well, let me throw this one at you, AD. Being a Central State alum, you'll like to hear this. This is the first time in 5 straight games that Central has beaten Tuskegee. Tuskegee won the last 5 in a row, so this is a big win today for this Central State Marauders team.
Definitely a big win. I don't know if Chuck, we might be a good luck charm for Central State. They broke their string of their losing streak at Kentucky State. We did that game, and they won that game. They broke that string against Kentucky State at Kentucky State, and then they've lost the last 5 meetings to Tuskegee, and they break that string today. And guess who's on the call? Chuck and AD. So I don't know if it has something to do with us. And I know it ain't got nothing to do with us. But everyone, we've broadcast 2 of their 4 wins. So hey, they might have to get us some more. We might be the good luck charms right there.
Not to put any pressure on it, but we are here next week. It's Lane College visits.
But they need to go ahead and keep that thing going. They need to keep it going because we will be here next week. So hopefully they can keep their string alive and go 3-0 while we're on the broadcast.
That's right. So let's take a quick look at some final stats here. And again, obviously your final score: Central State 40, Tuskegee 36. And AD, look at those first downs: 21-20, Central State. So just about as close as the score. The total yards, 435 for Tuskegee, 496 for Central. So in the past 2 weeks, Central State's had over 1,000 yards. They had over 600 last weekend at Robert Morris.
The stats are pretty identical for both teams. This was a mirror image game for both teams, and it was an offensive explosion here.
That's right. So again, some other stats to look at real quick. The leading rusher for Tuskegee was Kenny Gant. He had 14 carries for 63 yards. Leading rusher for Central State, no surprise, Terrera Saffold had 110 yards on 28 carries. Again, ended up with 91 after losses, but again, average over 3 yards a carry. And Justice Owens, 10 carries for 52 yards for the Tigers, ended up with averaging over 5 a carry. Receiving, Cheatham, the leading receiver for the Tuskegee Golden Tigers, he had 122 yards and 1 touchdown. With a long of 31, Peyton Ramsey had 2 for 67. And, of course, for the Central State Marauders, look at that. Saffold, 9 catches for 127, but Kevin Greenhow, 7 catches for 207 yards. He was the SIAC newcomer last week, and I'll tell you, I don't know how he doesn't get some kind of recognition this week after that kind of performance. You know, again, 2 touchdowns and a 69-yard long for his day today. And Kevin Greenhow continuing to put up really big numbers for Central State. Defensively, Khalil Gray for Tuskegee ended with 16 tackles, 2.5 for loss. Jamal Odom, 10 tackles, 4.5 tackles for loss, AD. That's pretty amazing. On the Central State side, Kalen Abrams had 9 tackles, 2.5 for loss, and Javian Williams ended up with 7. So, again, a lot of great individual performances on both sides of the football. We saw, out of both teams, just a tremendous game, a tremendous finish today. AD, I know you've got a lot of potential candidates today. Who are you nominating for your Mama There Goes That Man award today?
It's kind of hard. I think that I'm going to have to go ahead and split it on the offensive side with Mr. Saffold and Greenhow. They both had tremendous days. Saffold, he had about 240 yards total offense, and then Greenhow, he had 207, 7 catches, 2 touchdowns. So I think those men can share the offensive Mama There Goes That Man award. And on the defense, in the losing effort, I go ahead and give it to Khalil Gray. That young man had 16 total tackles. He was playing in the backfield. He had 2.5 tackles for loss. He was everywhere for the Golden Tigers defense. So yeah, I go with Khalil Gray on the defense, and then split that thing in half for Saffold and Greenhow. But an offensive explosion for both teams. We were treated to another great SIAC matchup, and looking forward to next week. We'll be right back here, and let's see if we can go 3 for 3 for Central State.
That's right. Of course, the Lane Dragons might have something to say about that.
A lot to say. We
saw Lane last week, and they came home with a home victory on a last-second field goal and beat Miles 15-14. So
another barn burner for you.
That's right. So again, just a reminder of next week's games in the SIAC. Of course, as AD mentioned, we will have Lane College visiting Central State right here, and of course we'll have that game here for you on Flow Sports. Also, Tuskegee will travel to Miles College, and that will also be available on Flow. And of course, Morehouse visits Clark Atlanta, also available on Flow. Some other action next week in the SIAC. Benedict will travel to Kentucky State, and Albany State travels to Fort Valley State. So again, another big weekend in the SIAC, and this Western Division now is wide open, and a lot of potential for any team to come home with that victory and host next shouldn't say next week, but host in a couple weeks for the championship game. So again, for my broadcast partner, Antonio Davis, and all our crew here, this is Chuck Hale. We want to thank you for joining us on Flow Sports, and good night, everyone.
All right, well, when we beat you, we're going to mock it. When West Virginia lost to Iowa State this year, they were mockingly singing Country Roads. You didn't hear any of the players sending out tweets about it, crying about it. It's what you get. I mean, it's just the way it works. And it's almost like it's a cult. Like, when you were at the game, someone is doing this every 2 seconds, and I don't even have any words for it. I don't understand. So the first time it was penalized is when Sills had like the 60-yard touchdown pass. He did it for like